Nag-agree ako dahil mukhang defense is the best offense ngayon sa side ng Exe. Habang si Ajizi ay nandito naman, eto Max ay namula, kinalmot ni Hayes. So yeah, men, eto lang naman yung kailangan gawin ng Exe eh. Bibuild sila ng mga magic, anti-magic. Tapos okay na sila.
Oo.
Kasi yung Yi Xunshin, hindi niya naman ma-atake lahat eh. Unlike Lancelot, unlike Ling. So mukhang, baka ito nga yung bagong formula. Baka,
Brusco
ano lang
brothers sila
talaga,
dito eh.
idadaan lang sa pagka-brusco.
Oo, ganun talaga yung ginagawa nila and Execration dito. Kumbaga, in terms sa ibang banan nila, minamama nila dito ang Omega to the point na pagka na-miss position dito ang Omega, pwede sila agad na mabigyan. Kung makikita mo nga sa mapa, walang nagpupush dito sa mga torre.
Nahihirapan sila. Tignan mo, ang Omega tatlo ang tinatangke ni Eto Max. Talagang nilakaran lang nila. Eto Max, nilakad matatag niya lang eh.
Oo, and one thing about this dito sa lineup ng Execration, they are self-sustaining. Meaning to say, yan, Chakno, manggugulo, half HP siya. Wow, wala naman akong pake. I could heal myself. Now, heal down, manggugulo. Pwede akong tumambay ulit sa bush. Heal na naman ako. Hindi nila kailangan umuwi.
Strong, independent men.
Yes.
Pero si Hilda, women.
Women,
Strong,
yes.
independent men. Ganon yung mga heroes nila dito. Probably si Hate lang yung problema na mamamatay agad. Pero meron naman kasi siyang pantakas.
Totoo yan. And even the Hellcurt.
So, hirap ngayon ng Omega kumuha ng mga pick-offs. Yung lineup kasi nila na to, game number 1 nakita na ng Exe eh. Ngayon, sabi ng Exe, ang problema natin na mamatay tayo dun sa pick-offs nila eh. So ngayon, kailangan ng Omega, pag may nakita silang isa, dapat mapatay agad.
Yun.
Kaso ang hirap gawin nun.
Ang hirap talaga. Sobrang laki ng ginagawa ditong space dito nung dalawang support tank dito ng Execration. Eto Max, together muntikan pa siyang makaligtas doon kung hindi dumating si Hit. Pero yung time na nabibigay, yung space for Benny Cutie, for Sagitno, or even dito kay Hate, sobrang laki.
At saka, parang ang nangyayari, yung Omega, para lang makakill, maghahabol sila ng maghahabol. No? At lagi mong tatandaan, huwag kang maghahabol kasi pangarap lang ang hinahabol. Ngayon,
At utang.
At ngayon, ang Exe, kagaya nga ng sinabi mo, dahil sa paghahabol ng Omega, si Hate, maghahabol kasi pangarap lang ang hinahabol. Hate is doing great.
Exactly. And even Benny Cutie, 0-0-0 KDA siya dito, pero that doesn't mean he's not doing anything. Kasi yung dalawang core hero din ng Execration, sobrang free farm.
Free farm talaga at mukhang eto na kailangan na ata nila yung damage ng turret. Pero hindi pa rin sapat.
Hindi sapat.
Ito yung type ng laro ng Omega na kung ihahalin tulad natin sa pandiligaw, binigay mo na lahat, binigay mo yung buong puso mo, pero bandang huli, hindi ka pa rin sinasagot.
Hindi ka pa
Ganun
rin.
yung nangyayari ngayon sa laban na to, Rob.
Oo, ganun na. Binato na lahat dito. Pero may nabato pa rin naman si Eto Max.
Pero ang tagal nun.
Oo, ang tagal. Ilang beses na pangungulit yon from Eto Maxwell. He actually has 5 kills dito. That's a good pick-up, para sa side ng Omega, getting Benny Cutie there.
Pero sabi ng Omega, alam mo Kuya Manjin, ang kailangan lang namin ay consistency at persistency.
Yes.
Persistent. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Wala kami pa kahit napakatagal patumbahin. As long na napatutumba namin, gagana at gagana ang lineup namin at ganyan ang ginagawa ng Team Omega sa laban na to.
Totoo yan. Totoo yan. At ito pa, isa sa mahirap dito for the side of Omega, they're going out to their, their winning condition, of course, is to burst someone down. Nandito yung pana ng Selena. They have this burst damage coming dito sa Feather Effect. Pero look at that!
Grabe!
Halos tinangkin na lang ni Sagitno yung damage dito ng Farsa.
Sabi,
what more, yung sa iba pang miyembro.
Sabi ni Sagitno, huyo. Dinaanan lang, Rob.
Oo. Eto na, ang nangyayari kasi dito, Manjin, is that nagbe-build up na yung mga items ng Execration, their defense items were already up to the point na hindi na kaya ng mga damage na mababato sa kanila ng Omega.
Oh my! Ang daming binubuhos dito ng Omega, pero wapakil sa Exe. Ito na si Hate! Pero na-miscalculate ni Hate yung damage output to the point na siya pa yung na-outplay apat dito sa side ng Execration ng gagana. Pero ayun yung ultimate ni Toshi. Tignan natin kung magkakakanselan habang si Toshi dito ay lilipad papunta doon sa kabila. kabila. Inaatake na ngayon ni Hajizi si Khalid, pero wala pa rin damage. Oh my glove! Ang tagal mamatay dito ng Exe, pero buhay pa din ang Omega. Still, it's a 1-1 exchange.
Oo, it's a 1-1 exchange at nakapag-invade doon si Benny Cutie. What a sneaky play, getting the purple buff dito ng Omega. I guess Execration is still winning this going into the late game. Nakita niyo, the only thing that namatay doon si Hellkurt kasi the-focus siya doon eh.
Oo.
Diba? Medyo naipit siya. Yes, napatay niya pa rin naman doon yung Selena. But kung hindi namatay doon si Hate, it's a definite win from Execration.
Oo nga eh, habang... Ay, nako! Royal Rumble na nangyari, lo. Hindi ko na naiintindihan kasi yung Omega, feeling nila, lamang na sila. Yung alam mo yung tipong tumama yung pana, uy, ang ganda. Uy, tapos si Joed, uy, ang ganda, combo.
Totoo.
Na-combo natin. Pero yung alam mo na combo na nila lahat, tapos hindi pa rin patay.
Totoo.
Tapos yung Execration, ay buhay pa rin ako.
Yes, yes.
Ako, ganun yung nangyayari.
Saka mapapansin mo rin dito, Benjin eh. Had GC dito, he
Omega
was
lang daw
used to
malakas.
have items agad. Like, may BOD na siya
BOD.
dito. Pero
Sabi ni
na-force
John
siyang
Michael.
bumuo ng
Oo.
Dreadnought Armor. Kasi nga, yung brusco damage, yung
Rinig mo yung boses ko, John
raw
Michael.
damage na ibinabato ng mga Execration, sobra-sobra para sa HP pool dito ng isang YSS.
Gusto ko yung tinawag mo doon, Rob, brusco damage. Yung dinaan sa brusco damage, eh, hindi siya makunat eh.
Oo.
Yung damage yung makunat.
Yun kasi,
May ganun.
ang point kasi, yes, malakas yung damage nyo, pero kung hindi nyo naman matutuluyan, baliwala lang. Kasi
Baliwala.
maghihil lang din,
Ayan,
parang
ayan,
ganyan.
Ako naman.
Muntik pang mabuhay from the Kotaran Inferno dun si Sagit Lu.
Yung akala mo sa boxing, mabibilangan na ng 10, pero hindi pa pala. Ganun ang nangyayari. Even though 11-6 ang laban, pero Rob Luna ang nangyari dito mukhang Omega, sila pa rin ang in control. Even though hindi nila napapatay ang Exe, wala ding nagagawa ang Exe na pang-control sa mapa.
Yes, pero take note, walang nababasag pa dito ang Omega.
Naku po, wala.
Parang talagang nagkatotoo yata yung tawag ni Papa.
Parang tumawag yung tatay ni Chin Valdez.
Oo,
eh.
actually tumawag
Oo,
kanina talaga yung sa match point analysis ng
Tumaw-
panel natin.
tumawag ba talaga?
Tumawag talaga. Regardless daw sinong manalo, we have to have a game 5.
Kaya naman pala, ang hirap. Guys, kung ikaw ay supporter ng Execration, ito na ata ang pinakamalupit nilang laro. Sustain is the name of the game.
Look at Chuck, no?
Tinuos na lahat ng Feather Airstrike pero buhay pa din sabay out ng Raging Sandstorm. Rob, eto na nga. Nagpagabi si Hate dito. Tinarget yung Dragon. Tatamaan ba si Hate? Hindi. Nasa likod dito si Benny Cutie. Habang si Curtizy, ako din. Makunat din
Low
ako.
sound check.
100% na ito. Pero naku po. Wala pa ring mapapala. Hindi ko na alam, Rob. Hindi ko na naiintindihan. Hindi ko na alam kung ano ba mas makunat. Chicharong na hanginan o Execration ba? Napakahirap pero sabi dito ng Omega, saglit lang. May damage pa rin kami. Eto na nga, Haze, Hajizi, trace this in. Habang double kill ang nakuha ni KDA Machine.
Nalaglag yata
Hit
yung
naman,
pambato
mag-isa.
ko.
Habang si Benny Cutie kumalmot na. Roar, sabi dito ni Benny Cutie. Habang si Sagitno, Codrant Inferno, tumatakbo ang side ng Omega.
Shibu.
Pero, nasan yung damage ngayon? Benny Cutie, siya na lang mag-isa. Yung pana hindi tumama. Shutdown, 3. Laban sa isang naging kapalitan nung laban.
Kailangan makuha ng Omega to or kung hindi,
Execration yan,
masasayang
Marlo.
lang din yung clash na yun. Pero looks like this gonna be an uncontested na Lord and I guess Omega medyo ang ganda. Napagdikit-dikit nila doon sa may bandang gitna, nasulit nila yon with the Gillette. Instant replay, makikita nyo rito, dikit-dikit dito yung mga melee heroes ng Execration. That's the reason kung bakit sumakit yung damage doon ni Toshi at nakaltakas pa siya doon.
Ay, kailangan lang pala ipagdikit-dikit eh. Hindi mo pa, alam mo, lagi mong tatandaan, Rob, paano mo masosolve ang problema? Kailangan mong isolve ng isa-isa.
Oo.
Ay, mali. Ewan ko na.
Pwede. Actually,
Pwede,
tama ka
oo.
doon. Kasi nagkaroon na ng specific na target dito ang Omega.
Omega, oo nga. Habang si Chuck dito ay tatamaan ng pana. Oh my, wala pa rin sila napapatay. Ejector ay lalabas dyan. Eto Max, kalahati ang kanyang buhay. Curtizy will also be tanky dito sa bandang gitna. Execration right now, holding on for their lives. Naku po, sa Gitno, he's falling low. Naglagay pa siya ngayon ng sights niya dito habang ang Omega ay uubusin na lahat ng mga resources na gustong kunin ng Execration.
Yes, ang ganda ng ginagawa ni Hit dito. Kanina medyo hindi sila nagkakaroon ng specific target. Kumbaga nagkakahiwa-hiwalay yung mga damage nila. Now, ang ginagawa ng Omega, ejector sa isa, i-focus natin yon.
Focus fire is the key. Makunat lang kayo, pero wala yung damage nyo. Sabi ng Omega dito sa Gitno, papasok mag-isa, Desert Tornado, nasa na? Yung mga kampi niya wala. Naku po! Execration! Malapit nang masira ang pangarap. Malapit nang balagbagin ng Omega ang pangarap ng Exe-Shot.
Kaya siguro
Omega
na next week
getting
pagkatalo ang
near the championship finals.
Execration.
Ito na, pasok sila dito. Sagit nung matigas pa nga naman din, I guess, ay okay pa yon. Nakat nila yung minion wave, I guess, Kuya Manjin. Hindi pa rin to basta-basta. Para sa Omega, medyo risky to kung pipilitin nilang pumasok doon sa loob.
Kailangan ng Omega dito ng disiplina dahil onti na lang naaamoy na nila na for the first time lalaban sila para sa championship. 16 minutes in. 2 minutes left, Rob Luna, para sa Execers.
Oo, makikita ba natin yun? Yun ang malaking tanong.
Nag-aambahan na lang. Nag-aambahan na lang, Rob. Yung Omega never na silang nag-iwalay. Oh no. Execration, it seems like from the start of the game, ganitong-ganito, nasa defensive side sila.
Yes, kailangan nilang bantayan din talaga dito yung Jawhead kasi time and time again, ini-ejector lang sila eh. Tapos, kumbaga synchronized na ngayon dito ang buong Omega. Kung sinong mabato, yun muna ang unahin. Huwag natin munang pakialaman yung iba unless pumasok ang Hellcurt.
Oo nga. Omega, hinihintay lang dito si Hate na gumamit ng kanyang ultimate. And ngayon, tingnan mo to, yung ginagawa ng Omega, hindi na sila nagsiscatter all throughout the map. Ayaw na nila. Kasi pag may tumama ng pana, dapat instant kill.
Instant kill. And ito nga, yata, baka sagit no dito. But anyway, isa pa pala, no? Hindi pala na-maximize dito nila yung Hilda rin. Kasi hindi siya umabot doon sa stack na
Sa
kailangan
stacks,
niya. Oo,
oo.
wherein pwedeng malaking power spike for Execration if ever man na-activate nila yung power of wilderness.
Oo nga, nahihirapan ngayon. Ang Exe talaga sa damage. Bitin na bitin eh. Nako po! Pumapana! Sapul ka na naman! E2 Max! Saan ka pupunta? The arrows! Oh my G! OMG! Clutch pick off! 8 deaths ngayon! 32 seconds down! Si Edo Max, meron pang Mountain Shocker para mas patat ang Execration. Ito na ba ang Lord?
Malaki ang
Finale.
chance dito, ah. I don't think Omega wants to raise this squad. Why? Dalawa ang retribution na hawak dito ng Execration. Yes, posible ito na makuha ng Omega, pero there's always a chance for a steal. And katulad niyan, ninakaw ni Hate.
Okay.
Yung orange dito, ni GC.
Hate, actually inattempt pa ni Hate
Paano yan,
kunin
ha?
si Hajizi. Doon sa game na
Napalo.
yon, dito na tayo tutungo sa 18-minute mark. Totoo ba ang sumpa? Ejector in plus the Feather Airstrike. Omega, another beautiful pick-off mula sa kanilang squad.
Exactly. At ang nagpapahirap pa ngayon dito for the side of Execration was Curtizy. Once na naka-Black Dragon form dito si Curtizy, since Melee ditong Execration, nahihirapan sila na dumikit o gumalaw papasok doon sa Omega.
Mas napapadali pa yung buhay ni Curtizy dito para sa laban na ito habang si Sagit doon. Yung kanyang kasama ay nawala na din. Takbo, Sagitno, takbo. Yung Sagit ni Sagitno ay naging malambot. Rob Luna, habang yung Lord ay mukhang libre na para sa side ng Omega. Eto Max, hindi niya na makukuha. Hindi na siya magiging makulit dahil pati siya ay mapipitas na din. 20-7. Nalalapit na ang Grand Final slot para sa side ng Omega, Rob.
Yun ang tanong, sino nga kaya ang unang team na papasok sa Grand Finals? Yung bato, doon ni Hate, patay si Sagit no mga tol. 19 minutes in, 18 minutes pumasok na para sa Execration. Kaya pa ba?
Mukhang eto na nga ata ang huling alas.
Wag po.
Walang minions as of now, pero naglalakad na ang Lord. Magsisigawan na lahat ng Omega fans. Chakno! The Chak Mamba! It's not gonna be enough! Omega blocking the exit shot! Nilabas na yung camera! Eto na ba yun? Basag yung Torre doon sa itaas! And for the first time in forever, Omega will go to MPL Grand Finals!
Wow! The persistence, the perseverance dito ng Omega. Kakaiba na lineup para sa Execration, but still, Omega, sila ang pinakaunang team na papasok para bukas sa ating Grand Finals.
Pambato.
Wow.
Matagal nang pinapangarap ng team na Omega ever since nung pumasok sila as Finesse.
Shout out.
Itong
Dan Michael
opportunity na makuha nila ang championship. 4 wins away para kay Mr. Worldwide.
Di ba ako tinatawag na master?
And that will put an end
Master na lang.
sa lahat ng fans ngayon na sumusuporta sa Execration. Props to Execration for showing up. Napakaganda ng laban na yun, Rob.
Oo. I couldn't ask for more. Of course, dito for Execration. I was really waiting for them for the bounce back. They've been having it all throughout. Papuntang late game, parang halos tail lang talaga up until doon sa clash doon sa gitna. Parang from there, nakuha na or nalaman na ng Omega. They actually figure it out. Ito lang pala yung kailangan nating gawin. Huwag nating hiwa. Kumbaga ang ginagawa kasi ng Execration, parang nandito sa taas yung Tamus, manggugulo. Pag mamamatay na tatakbo, nandito naman yung Hilda, yung Khalid. Pero kung pwede nating i-focus ang isa, huwag natin pansinin ang iba. Pwede natin silang mapatay ng paisa-isa.
Pwede naman pala. Omega putting a show. Akala natin aabot ng Game 5. Pero sabi ni Ginoong Valdez, teka lang, Game 4 lang. Dahil ang next game natin ay may potential din.
Oo.
Umabot ng game number 5. It's going to be Bren Esports versus Onic PH. Again, congratulations to Omega. Mr. Worldwide Dale, the draft. Nagulat tayo dito sa Selena, double mage, Farsa, side lane mage. Ang tanong, dadalhin kaya ito ng Omega sa Grand Finals? Nagwagi pa din ang mga easy.
Yes.
Ang
Kumpara sa
easy.
mga sa Nuklan.
Kesa sa Nuklan. Bato na natin sa ating napakalupit na analyst na si Wolf.
Thanks so much sa mga casters natin from the English stream and of course the Tagalog stream. My name is Wolf, your analyst, and what a game number 4. Narinamdaman mo yung puso ng Execration, but Omega's draft was better in the end. And pwede nating sabihin ng maraming beses kung bakit mas maganda yung draft ng Omega. But Execration, ang kanilang ginawa dito sa game number 4 ay sinigal na nila. Meron silang pocket strategy na nakatago sa kanila. Hellcurt and Roger, gustong-gusto nilang gamitin. First face pick nila. And unfortunately, hindi gagana yan kay Coach Dale. Tingnan natin yung mga heroes na nandito sa laban. At unti-unti ko i-explain kung bakit ko naramdaman na outdraft. Hindi naman outdraft, pero nasagot ng Omega ang draft ng Execration. Well, napakasimple na naman ang sagot. If you're looking at the Execration lineup, walang magic damage. Nagme-make sense kung bakit sila nag-last pick ng Khalid, tsaka meron silang Hilda na para sa Execration. Kasi nga naman, ito yung mga heroes na malakas mambuli. In a vacuum, maganda siya laban sa farming core katulad ng Yi Sun-shin. Kasi ang Yi Sun-shin gusto mag-farm. At syempre kung meron kang Hilda at Khalid, saan ka mag-farm? Kaya nga naman, in the early stages of the game, parang pumapabor ang gold, ang economy para sa Execration. Kasi yung mga mage dito ng Omega hindi makaporma dun sa pangboboset na term is pang-invade, pang-bobosit nga naman ng mga members ng Execration. Nakita natin yung kalambutan nung Farsa and Selena. Although, naturally, itong mga heroes na to ay malakas din mang-invade. Pero kasi, Hilda at Khalid ang support duo ng Execration. Tapos, meron sila mga solid junglers na na napakadali mag-jungle. That's hate on this Hellcurt. Roger,
Bren
Benny
out.
Cutie. All due fairness, ang ganda na kanyang performance in this game. I want to point out yung
Kaya naputol
pinaka
yung stream
naging
natin. Pero umabot
problema
siya
ng
na 3
Execration.
hours.
At actually, dahil puro physical damage output ang Execration, bukod sa all melee sila, lahat ng kanilang sources ay physical damage. And in fact, meron akong photo dito ngayon na nakita ko yung damage output ng Execration in the late game. 0 sa Magic, no Magic power. Kaya naman, yung mga members ng Omega kanina, kung napansin nyo, 3 antique kiras. In fact, dumating sa point na nang nag-high ground ang Omega, meron sila mga casual na dreadnought armor lang. Hindi mo na nila binuo. 3 ganon laban sa Execration. Nako, kahit gano'n ka-farmed bilang physical damage dealers at nag-all-in kasi sa physical ng Execration, doon na nga sila nadali. Looking at this, of course, Omega, the stats are there. Damage output of Execration na kay Benny Cutie, pero kulang na kulang. That is actually napakalayo. Tingnan mo naman yung mga damage output ng Execration. Nasa 36,000 pinakamataas. Itapat mo yan sa Omega. 10, 100k, 87k. Because the damage, again, spread out. Meron damage si Toshi, magic damage. Meron kang physical damage mula kay Hejizi. And the combination of Omega's damage sources trumped Execration. Dahil nag-all-in ang Execration sa pisikalan, doon na nga sila nayari. There came a point wherein hindi na makapagtulak ang Execration kasi makunat na yung mga members ng Omega. Kahit nung tumatalon si Hate, maraming beses na kamunti ka pa siya makapatay. But because of the physical damage reduction coming out from Omega throughout their itemization, gumanda yung nangyaring resulta para sa Omega in the end. Let's look at the highlights of that game. I think that we will see a little bit of a good laning setup para sa Execration. I like it a lot kasi binigyan nila ng aggressiveness etong Hilda dun sa may bandang jungle. Siya yung nanggugulo, but that's how the Hilda goes. Tapos sinamahan ni Khalid si Hellcurt. Ang problema lang siguro, hindi ganun kabilis mag-clear kung double tank setup kayo. Pero ang nature kasi ng isang Khalid ay mabilis siya mag-clear ng waves. Thams versus Farsa, Thams napakahirap niyang ibuli sa lane. Kahit yung Farsa mahihirapan dyan. I feel that this lane setup para sa Execration worked in their favor para naman gumanda ang kanilang laning stage. At actually yun yung nangyari sa early parts of this game number 4. Execration, nakakuha sila ng magandang farm on their side. And then eventually, nakakapang-bully sila, nakakuha sila ng kills. However, syempre, this is Omega. They know how to communicate well, nakakabanse sila. There are many times na nakakuha ng magandang pickoffs ang Execration, but in a sense, yung Omega nakapag-farm pa rin on their Eason Shin, naka-recover. Unti-unti tayo makikita ng development from the side of Omega, hindi malalaking clashes, hindi ganun ka-crucial from Execration, but they do get pickoffs. At nakakuha sila din ng Torre. That to take note na si Benny Cutie ay namatay dun sa may top lane. I think you don't want that to happen kung nagpa-farm ka as Roger. Tapos si Heath, pinipigilan niya si Chakno na umikot-ikot sa mapa. But Chakno is relentless, as well as Etomax. Nangyari itong turtle fight. And Omega, kung papansinin nyo si Hejizi, bihira siyang mamatay. One death only at yun na nagsusurvive from Execration. Kasi yung Execration, nature na kanilang heroes nagda-dive. Kaya din naman maganda yung Farsa na pick ng Omega. Kasi bago pa makapag-dive ang Execration, bawas na sila with the feathered airstrike. And even when there will come a time na si Toshi ay mamamatay, it's okay. Kasi nga naman nagawa na niya yung kanyang trabaho. And magpapalitan ng kills to Execration. Like I told you, they gave their hearts out dito sa game na to. Nakikita natin ang semblance sa mga malupit ng plays. Unfortunately, in the end, dahil doon sa nature ng draft na puro physical damage output, tapos meron kang mga antikiras on the side of Omega, 3 in total, to a point, Dreadnought armor lang yun, sulit na sulit, 730 gold lang. Tapos ganun na rin yung effect. I think that's up to, 24% physical damage reduction. Napakasulit laban sa physical damage output ng side ng Execration. Heath, Mr. Fundamental, pero syempre, ang buong team ng Omega performed well. I think that even at the start of the draft of game number 4, nakita na natin na handang-handa sila sa Execration and they will be moving into the finals. Syempre, kung gusto nyo pang suportahan ang Omega, scan this QR code para pahayag ang inyong suporta sa team na to. Headed now into the Grand Finals. It's not the end of the line for Execration though. Dahil meron pa tayong battle for third. Di pa tapos. Meron pa, makikita nyo pa. At kung gusto silang suportahan, well, just scan this QR code, show your support para sa hashtag ExeShot. Mga kaibigan, syempre hinihintay din namin ang tulong ninyo para mapalaganap pa ang Mobile Legends. Just visit the official MPL-PH page sa fb.com/mplph.official or scan na rin yung QR code. At bukod dyan, mas maganda na makarinig kami from you guys. So please, 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 please scan this QR code for the survey. 2 po ang ating mga survey codes and we'd love to hear from you. Kung meron na kayong mga gustong sabihin, ito na yung chance nyo. And of course, meron pa tayong series later. I'm sure na madami pa kayong mga tanong dun sa nangyaring series na yun. That 3-1 series, but we will be discussing that later. But for now, tingnan muna natin kung sino ang nanalo sa ating mythical raffle draw in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Yan na po ang mga nanalo ng ating mga mythical raffle draw prizes. Legendary prize pa. Magic Dusts, tickets, Hero Fragments, Premium Skins, Fragments ang inyong mapapanalunan. So congratulations sa mga tao na nakikita nyo ang inyong mga IDs na nandyan sa Mythical Raffle Draw. Congratulations. We'll still have more draws. I think meron pa tayo later. So sana ay kayo ay makapag-participate dito. I mean, bukas na pala ang susunod na Mythical Raffle Draw. Saktong-sakto. So pwede pa kayong sumali. Maraming salamat syempre at congratulations sa ating mga viewers. And that's it. We still have giveaway codes for you guys to prep up. Naku po, sa ngayon, bukod sa tawagin nyo yung mga tropa nyo para manood at makakuha ng giveaway codes, nalalabas, 3 giveaway codes yan. I recommend guys, naku, tawagin nyo yung mga tropa nyo para sa ating post-game analysis. Because I'm sure na marami pang madidiscuss yung ating mga nasa panel. We already discussed a lot in that past series. Nakita nyo kung ano yung keys to the victory of Omega in that past series. But I'm sure marami pa tayong marinig mamaya kasama ating mga expert na panelists kung ano man yung kanilang naisip at kung ano yung kanilang insights, obviously, all throughout this series. Wonderful series. Unfortunately, para sa Execration, ang kanilang highest place na makuha ay 3rd place. For Omega, man, first time in the Grand Finals for this squad, for this organization, and I'm excited to see Coach Dale na po ano kaya yung mga baon niya bukas. For now, my name is Wolf. I'm gonna pass it on back to another animal. Leo, what's up?
Maraming salamat, Wolf. Mabangis na pag-analyze ng 4-game series na ito. Welcome back to the panelist desk. I am with Paula Expert and Chin Valdez. And, man, na-explain mo na ba sa papa mo na 4 games lang?
Sabi daw niya, hindi na daw ako si Chin Valdez.
Ano na daw?
Ako na nga talaga si Chinisi.
Chin TZ.
Chinisi na ako. Hindi ko daw naintindihan yung pang-game type niya talaga.
You know what? We'll figure that out. The legalization of your name. But for now, we have on the line, ladies and gentlemen, one member from OMG na sigurado ako napakasayangan niya ngayon. And we would like to hear from him. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Hajizi! Man, kumusta?
Hello po.
Congratulations on your
Thank you po.
4-game win. And of course, para sa iyong 200 all-time high professional kills dito sa MPL. May tanong lang ako, men. Paano ka nag-prepare
Ano po yun?
para dito sa laban mo sa Execration?
Paano ano prepare? Naglaro lang po ako. Tapos, nag-practice.
Okay. Ito pwede mo sagutin, pwedeng hindi. May hinanda ka bang bagong hero laban sa Execration or yung same lang na mga carry from the regular season?
Meron po akong hinanda.
Ay, nako po.
Pin-practice ko po yun.
Oh, here we go!
Okay. So,
Kahit ano po iban po nilang link, meron po.
mainit. Okay. Sige, Hajizi, may tanong dito si Paula Expert para sa'yo.
Okay, yung tanong ko naman sa'yo is, since drinaf ng Execration yung Hilda at saka yung Khalid, which is nakakatakot early game, di ba? Paano nyo hinandle yung
Apo.
early game pressure ng Hilda at saka Khalid?
Sabi ko po lang sa kanila, expect nyo na mahirapan ako sa early kasi kahit saan ako pumunta, nakasunod silang dalawa sa akin. mag-red ako, nandun yung Khalid. Tapos pupunta naman ako blue, nandun yung Hilda. So,
Bantay sarado, no? I can only imagine. Hajizi, napakagaling. Chin.
Yeah. So first of all, welcome to the Grand Finals. Ano? Finally,
Thank you po.
nandito ka na. And also, sa journey mo dito sa playoffs, I just wanna ask kung saan ka mas nahirapan? Doon sa drafting prowess ba ng blacklist or dito naman ngayon sa execration?
ano po, mas nahirapan po sa blacklist.
Okay, Haji, bakit? Ba't mas mahirap yung blacklist?
Kasi po, umabot ng game 5.
Mas napagod.
Tama ka naman, tama.
Mas
Oo,
napagod.
pagod.
Oo, makes sense. Okay, pero sigurado ako sa execration, medyo napikon ka rin. Kasi nga, di ba, sabi mo si Eto Max nakabantay, si Chakno nakabantay.
Opo.
Pero Hajizi, once more, congratulations. Shoutouts muna at pasalamat sa mga fans ng Omega. At anong maaabangan nila sa grand final sa laban nyo bukas?
Shoutout sa family ko. Tapos shoutout sa sumusuporta sa Smart Omega. Shoutout kay Coach Tark. Shoutout kay Coach Dale na tumutulong sa amin. Tsaka shoutout kay Coach Tony. Shoutout sa mama ko, tsaka sa papa ko, tsaka sa ate kong sumusuporta sa akin. Mga ate ko. Tapos shoutout sa baby ko, si Casey.
Okay, Haji, bago ka namin bitawan, man, message para sa potential na mga kalaban ninyo, para sa Bren o sa Onic.
Good luck sa atin.
Yun.
I love it. Okay, Haji, maraming salamat. Thank you. Enjoy ka muna, pahinga na, and I will see you tomorrow.
Sige po, salamat po.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you po.
Wow, super impressive, this young man. Chill na chill siya, di ba?
Chill lang.
This guy reached an all-time professional high kill count. Just won a 4-game series, and he just like...
Wala, no big deal eh.
Naglaro lang ako. Nag-practice lang, laro lang.
Pero, guys, if there's any takeaway from this, is merong tinatago si Hajizi. May tinatago si Dale.
Oo. Sabi niya may pinag-practice
Oo,
daw siyang bago eh.
Mamimigay ako ng skin. Ayan, yung mga nanonood
Oo, yan. Oo.
Mamimigay ako ng skin pag naglabas to ng hero na hindi pa natin nakita ngayon sa MPL.
Okay, so bumabawi. Ginong Valdez bumabawi si Chin. Okay? Since yung stonks natin hindi abot game 5, bagong hero ang hinahanap natin. Alright? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, what a day it has been so far. Kahit na sabihin natin walang game 5, it still is quite historic. Again, Omega breaking through this glass ceiling of the top 4, sealing themselves a slot in the grand finals. But again, GG well played pa rin at maraming salamat sa mga tropa natin sa Execration. They can still reach third place potentially tomorrow. But with that being said, we are still gonna have to go on a quick break. Nagprepare na ang Bren at Onic. It's gonna be their series up next. But first, we would like to thank our partners and sponsors. Maraming salamat sa Smart. Squad up, rank up, and keep up with your favorite teams as Smart powers up your game with free games for all. Get up to 14 gig for Mobile Legends and Facebook Gaming for 7 days. Simply download the new GigaLife app and choose free games. Thank you so much as well to our official sponsor, Realme. The Realme 7 series is now available nationwide. Join the revolution and own the fastest charging smartphone in the country. Like and follow Realme on social media to know more. Thank you as well to Gillette, our official sponsor. You know what it is. Get free diamonds with purchase of Gillette's Mach 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, or Blue 3 Simple 4s pack in select Pure Gold doors nationwide. And as well, thank you to our partner in esports, Pay Maya. Get free 50 pesos credits from Pay Maya when you download and register using the code MLBB. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you as well to our partner in esports, TikTok Live. You can watch the playoffs via TikTok, kaya download na. And of course, thank you to our official gaming headset partner, Logitech. Here, like a pro. All of this is powered by Moon Ton. Halloween is coming up next, so saktong-sakto, mainit pagkatapos ng MPL, you can join our event happening from October 26th to November 13. Just do the activities, log in every day, and get your hands on this new Terizla skin. It's that simple. Thank you so much once more to Moon Ton. With all that being said, We're gonna go into a quick break. Thank you so much for joining us and making us part of your weekend. Once more, you're watching the MPL-PH Season 6 playoffs. My name is Leo, joined here by Chin Valdez and Paolo Expert. Huwag kayong aalis. We'll be right back.
Are you game to be great? Now you can with the new Smart Giga Games 99. Get 1 gig data all day, every day for Mobile Legends and more. Game to be great with Smart Giga Games 99.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life?
Simple and smart ako. When uncertainty is our reality, we rise above with the things that matter. Gigafy happiness. Gigafy love. Gigafy friendship. Gigafy dreams. Gigafy hope. With smart Giga music, video, games, work, and stories, we let our passions run free in the new world we face together. Smart, live Giga.
Realme 7 Pro, 65-watt charging evolution. Realme smartphone, dare to leap.
You've got me on the edge.
Legit, right? Not quite. Just like your disposable razor. It's time you switch your disposable razor for your legit first shave so you can be every bit legit. Gillette Mac 3.
For a closer shave, less irritation, switch
To Gillette Mac 3.
What is up everyone? My name is Wolf, your host at kasama ko ngayon ang pinaka-relentless pero pinakamaganda rin ang skincare na team dito sa MPL Season 6, ang Onic PH. What's up? What's up?
What's good? What's
Hello,
good?
Mr. Wolf.
Pakilala muna kayo sa mga viewers natin, your name, IGN at role sa Onic PH.
Ala ko
So hello guys, this is John Marbilla Luna, the tank support and the team captain of Onic PH.
Hi, I'm Jay, and tank support din na Onic PH. I'm Kyle Barceño. My IGN is Rio. I'm the coach of Onic PH.
I'm Gerald Trinchera, Dlar, fighter ng Onic PH.
I'm Christian Manaog, iyak no, fighter ng Onic PH.
I'm Peter Bryce, basic, fighter ng Onic PH.
I'm Dannery James Wise, multi-role of Onic PH.
Kamusta naman ang journey sa MPL Season 6?
So hello Sir Wolf, thank you for that wonderful question. So about the journey of Onic PH this Season 6, I would say na mas mahirap siya compared nung journey namin nung Season 4 and Season 5. Dahil yung Season 6 ngayon is mas bigger na siya compared sa mga nakaraang season. And also, yung mga kalaban ngayon is mas malalakas na and mas mauutak na compared before. Kaya mapapansin nyo yung journey namin from week 1 is medyo hindi kami stable and medyo nahihirapan kami mag-adjust. But despite nung mga na-experience namin this past few weeks, masabi kong mas nakaka-adapt na kami.
What do you think, Coach, is the biggest obstacle? Ano yung mga humaharang sa inyo?
Aura PH pa rin, tsaka Bren.
And how are you planning na lagpasan ang dalawang obstacle na to?
Siguro tiwala na lang sa isa't isa kasi ayun nga, gaya ng mga previous season, Season 4 against Sunsparks ng finals and Season 5 against Aura PH ng finals din na umabot kami ng finals. So, ayun, nagtitiwala pa rin ako na kaya namin umabot ng finals at kaya namin mag-champion.
Okay, Wise, paano kayo nagpe-prepare ngayon para sa playoffs?
Ginagawa namin is double or triple effort talaga. Lalo ngayon na nabanggit ng captain namin na lahat malakas na kalaban namin. Ngayon kasi may na kami, management na tumutulong sa amin kung ano yung mga dapat namin gawin.
Okay, Dilar, meron ka bang gustong makaharap sa mismong finals nyo? Sino yun? Kung meron, sinong team yun?
Siyempre yung Aura PH kasi 2 beses na namin sila nakatapat nung Season 4 at Season 5, di ba? Siyempre, masyado na sila sumusobra eh. At sa kanila nilelegan eh. Kaya, yun, gusto ko talaga sila nakatapat.
Sa tingin mo, observing the other teams, sino yung top 3 ng best performing players ngayong season?
Para sa akin talaga si Gymnast yung pinaka-number 1 eh. Throughout the season, feel ko talaga malaki na ambag niya sa next play.
Venus, what does it mean para sa Onic PH na maging champion this season?
After being back-to-back first placer from Season 4 and Season 5, and yung expectations namin ng mga tao ngayon is mas doble na. So winning Season 6 means everything para mapatunayan namin na talagang kaya namin. Mapatunayan namin sa mga taong dumuda sa amin na hindi namin kaya.
Jay, if there's anything na gusto mong sabihin sa trophy na to?
Gusto ko lang sabihin sa trophy ng MPL Season 6, matataas din kita ulit.
Sige, for one last time, gusto kong hingin namin yung gusto nyo sabihin sa fans ninyo at sa mga katapat nyo sa playoffs.
Para sa mga fans namin na talagang sumusuporta sa amin, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sana huwag kayong magsabang suportahan kami, especially to my friends, family, and sa BYs pa. And para sa mga kalaban naman namin, maghanda kayo dahil mas naghahanda kami.
Sa mga sumusuporta sa amin, Onic PH, maraming salamat and sana masuportahan nyo kami hanggang playoffs, hanggang playoffs. And mga makakalaban namin, numanda na kayo at alam namin na kami ang magcha-champion.
Sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Onic PH tsaka sa akin, maraming salamat. Sana suportahan niyo kami this coming playoffs. Tsaka sa masasabi ko sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, maganda na kayo. Kasi kami puro TikTok lang eh.
Tingin sa mga sumusuporta sa Onic PH. Sana suportahan niyo kami hanggang sa dulo. Sa mga susunod naming laban, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sa mga kalaban namin, maganda na kayo.
Gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa fans ng Onic PH. Salamat sa walang sawang suporta. Tsaka gusto ko rin magpasalamat sa GoGo Express tsaka Cebuana Lulier. Dahil sa inyo, araw-araw kaming motivated. Sa mga kalaban naman namin, magandaan na kayo.
Thank you sa mga Onic PH fans na laging positive yung comments, lagi na yung nababasa yan. Dahil sa inyo, mas lalo kaming nagiging motivated maglaro. Patuloy nyo lang kaming suportahan. And sa mga kalaban namin, good luck and have fun.
Sa mga fans ng Onic PH, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sana supportahan nyo kami sa darating na playoffs ng MPL-PH Season 6. Sa mga kalaban namin, magandaan na kayo, lalong-lalo na kay Daig.
Mainit. Yun, maraming salamat, Onic PH. Of course, most relentless team. At third time's the charm na ba para sa Onic PH? Abangan yan sa playoffs. Bren lang malakas. Mga kaibigan, ako nga pala si Wolf, your host, at kasama ko ngayon ang sa mga pinaka-consistent at pinakamalalakas. Pero sige, magpakilala muna kayo dun sa mga viewers natin. Name, IGN, at ano yung role sa atin.
Ako si Angelo Kailar Kangel, IGNQ. Ang role ko is support.
Ako si Alan Castomar, IGN ko Lasty. Role ko sa team ko, tank. Ako nga pala si CJ Ribo. Ang role ko sa team namin, fighter.
Ako pala si Carl Gabriel Pomoseno, IGN ko Carl TZ, role carry.
Ako nga pala si EJ Zambrano, ang IGN ko is EJ, and the role ko tank support.
Phew, kamusta naman yung journey ng Bren Esports dito sa MPL Season 6?
And okay naman yung journey namin ngayong MPL Season 6 na patapos na yung regular season. Kahit may bago kaming player na si Top TZ. Okay pa rin naman yung mabilis namin nakuha yung chemistry namin. Kita nyo naman sa results ng mga laban namin.
Sino sa mga members mo ngayon, sa mga players ninyo, nag-shine ng pinakamaganda ng season?
Para sa akin, si Flap talaga. Kasi kinuha namin siya, galing lang siya sa RG. Tapos ngayon siya na yung isa sa pinakamagaling mag-offlane sa Philippines.
Sino sa tingin nyo ang pinakamalaking obstacle ngayon sa Season 6 para mag-champion kayo?
Sa akin yung Omega kasi sila yung tumalo sa amin nung last season tsaka yung ngayon din. Yung wala kaming talo, sila na naman tumalo sa amin.
EJ, paano ka nag-prepare ngayong playoffs?
Nagpe-prepare kami, kumukuha kami ng mga scrim sa ibang bansa, ganun, sa Indo, then kakalabanin namin. Kasi sa PH, medyo parang sila na yung pinakamalakas talaga, wala nang makaharap. So talagang umaano kami sa ibang bansa. Doon kami kumukuha ng ibang meta.
Carl, sino yung team na gusto mong makatapat? Kung wala championship na to, grand finals na. Sino yung gusto mong makatapat doon?
Gusto ko matapat yung aura kasi sila yung back-to-back champion.
Ikaw, Ribo, sinong gusto mong makatapat doon sa finals?
NXP. Mas sikat kasi sila kaya pag dinurog namin, malalaos agad sila.
Sakto na rin, Ribo. Pwede mo namang sabihin kung sino yung top 3 players na nag-perform ngayong season, tingin mo?
Sa top 3 ko, yung pinaka-top 1 talaga doon si Chester. Siya yung consistent talaga maglaro. Laging papatay ng papatay. Tapos top 2 kasi Lasty.
Ba't ako?
Siya daw pinakamagaling mag-tank sabi niya.
Totoo yan, totoo.
Legit. Tapos top 3 ko si Carl. Magaling sana kaso sobrang tamad.
Para sa'yo, Few, syempre sa Bren Esports, this is your second season sa Bren Esports. Gano'n ka-importante para sa organization mo na makuha at mag-champion dito sa MPL?
Kasi nung last season parang ine-expect nila na makuha na namin yung champion kasi nga top 1 kami sa regular season. Tapos ngayong season siguro mas ine-expect nila kasi mga 2-0 na yung mga score namin . So tatry namin yung best namin para makamit namin yung championship ngayon.
Tanongin ko dito si Carl TZ. Kung makakausap mo tong trophy na to,
ano yung sasabihin mo?
Ano, trophy, dyan ka lang. Ngayong season kukunin na kita.
Angas-angas.
Kung hindi nyo alam, kung hindi alam ng mga viewers natin, may mga tatlong nag-champion na rin dito. Kayo ba, may gusto kayo sabihin?
Yung sa trophy dyan ka lang, makukuha ka na naming 6. Lahat makukuha ka na namin ng Bren Esports. Babalik ka na ulit sa amin.
Sige, for one last time, gusto kong kausapin yung mga fans nyo, magpasalamat kayo, or kung may gusto man lang kayo sabihin sa mga fans, pati na rin sa mga katapat nyo sa playoffs.
And sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, maganda kayo kasi mas pag-aandaan namin kayo, hindi na kami mag-choke sa playoffs. Tapos sa mga fans, salamat sa mga sumusuporta palagi, kahit minsan natatalo kami, nandiyan pa rin kayo.
Sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, ready na kayo. Dudurugin namin kayo. Kaya sa fans namin, kahit natalo kami ng isang beses, nandyan pa din kayo sumusuporta sa amin. Maraming salamat. Sa mga sumusuporta sa Bren, dyan lang kayo.
Sa mga kalaban namin sa playoffs, pagandaan nyo kami. Sana next play agad para laglag agad yung mga EI sa MPL. Tapos sa mga sumusuporta sa amin, dyan lang kayo dudurugin namin next play kung sila matapat.
Sa sumusuporta sa Bren Esports, maraming salamat. And wag sana kayong magsawang sumuporta sa amin. Ayun lang.
That's been Bren Esports, the best teams dun sa MPL Season 6 regular season. At kaya na ba nilang mag-champion this time? Abangan natin yan sa playoffs.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
I was building on the lecture.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
Working on the plot and scheme. The true stock trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The freeze up, straight drop for the kill. Taking out the pieces and shares. A bomb hit sky high. Check the movement is here. Yeah, it's one shot. Now the future is yours. Go.
Legendary!
At nagbabalik ang MPL-PH Season 6 Playoffs. Mabuhay kayong lahat. And of course, to everyone watching from all around the world, welcome. We'd like to thank our sponsors before we get on with the show. Thank you so much to our telecom partners, Smart. Squad up, rank up, and keep up with your favorite teams as Smart powers up your game with free games for all. Get up to 14 gig for Mobile Legends and Facebook Gaming for 7 days. Simply download the new GigaLife app and choose free games. Thank you as well to Realme, our official sponsor. The Realme 7 series is now available nationwide. Join the revolution and own the fastest charging smartphone in the country. Like and follow Realme on social media to know more. Thanks as well to our official sponsor, Gillette. Get free diamonds with purchase of Gillette's Mach 3 Razor, Vector 3 Razor, and Blue 3 Simple Force Pack in select Pure Gold doors nationwide. Thank you to our partner in esports, PayMaya. Get free 50 pesos credits from PayMaya when you download and register using the code MLBB. Terms and conditions apply. Thank you to our partner in esports, TikTok Live. You can watch the playoffs via TikTok, kaya download na. And of course, thank you to our official gaming headset partner, Logitech G, here like a pro. And of course, the MPL-PH Season 6 playoffs is powered by Moonton. We have an event breaking out after the grand finals on October 26th to November 13. It's a happy Halloween trick or treat, pero puro treats lang ito. Do the activities, log in, and you can get your free Terizla skin. It's that simple. Once more, thank you so much. MPL is powered by Moonton. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the panelist desk. My name is Leo, joined here by Chin Valdez and Paolo Expert.
Actually, ano na chin-teasy na tayo.
Chin-teasy, right. We need to get that worked out. But that aside, this next matchup is going to be a big one, all right? Possibly the closest we can get today. Because arguably, I think between Execration and Omega versus Bren and Onic, parang ito yung hindi ko talaga masabi.
Ito talaga yung 50-50 talaga eh. Di mo alam. Lalo na pag naglaro yung Onic, katulad ng ginawa nila kahapon against Aura.
Kung naglaro yung Bren, parang ginawa nila sa next play.
That too, okay.
It's both 3-0s.
Yes, yes.
And these two teams, they have been here and they've been chasing the gold for quite a while. Black and yellow, you know what it is. And they have champions within their ranks. No? You have Jay and Rio for Onic.
Yes.
And then you have Coach Ducky from Indonesia.
M1.
As well as Few and Ribo. Lusty as well, and Carltesi as SEA Games competitors. It's crazy. So this is as good as it gets for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Whether you're talking about hype, you're talking about narrative, you're talking about technicalities. But that aside, what are you expecting from these matchups? I'll be asking you that after we introduce our teams. First up, let's meet Onic PH. All for Onic. Parang iba ang, no pun intended, aura ng Onic this season. Especially coming from the group of death, Group B, they were relatively successful going into the playoffs and even in the playoffs, slaying their eternal rival.
Yeah. Di ko in-expect yung 3-0 kahapon talaga.
Right? Paolo, what do you think it is? Is it off of a single player or is it like just, they're all just popping off altogether?
For some reason, they were all on the same page kahapon talaga.
Sobra.
Si Wise, like instead of just, farming usually, he was actually aggressive and making plays. Yun talaga yung nagbago doon. Si Jay, napaka-confident niya maglaro. Nire-recall niya nga yata kahapon yung mga kalaban niya eh. Oo. Si Dealer,
na nga lang niya sa base.
Oo. Si Dealer naman, he showed superiority on his off-lane, matchups. Nanalo siya on all his matchups.
Yep, and I like how Iaknu has just grown as a player from Season 4, where we first met him, up until today. I'm not sure kung sino ang nagbigay sa kanya ng moniker na Kingslayer, pero parang pag may inutos ang Reyna na si Umay Venus, talagang gagawin ni Iaknu. I don't doubt it. When you tell Iaknu to do something on the map, he's your guy. That's what I'm seeing right now from this version of Onic PH. And of course, Basic just seems to just fit in.
Yeah.
Parang pasok na pasok eh. I don't know what it is, but their loss of Fuzakin in this season seems to just fly by, and it's paying off.
Right.
Chin, how do you compare this Onic to the previous Onics? What's new? What's different? I can't put a finger on it.
Actually, for me, feeling ko it's the same Onic, but it's like it's a whole another level of Onic. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Kasi like kahit kahapon, you don't see individual players moving around the map. Hindi. Like you can actually see like an entire unit. Like if something is happening here, may dahilan eh kung bakit nangyayari yun doon. If something is happening here, kung apat sila nandito, kumbaga everything was synchronized. Tapos, I don't know, I guess Aura wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah. I really do think that Onic PH has grown out of their older spells. They seem to have refine themselves to this level, and maybe they're going to go for gold this season. We'll see. They have to go through their opponents, though, and these guys, when I say gold, they mean gold. This is Bren Esports. I'd like to start by apologizing. I forgot that EJ is also a champion. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but Lusty also is a gold medalist.
You did, yep.
And Flapsy is just living his best life. All right? Ganun kalupit ang Bren Esports. Like, everyone has, like, the biggest accolades, except for the rookie of the year on Flapsy. And he's just riding it out like he belongs. And he does. All right? This set of 6 talents here, young men, led by Coach Ducky, is as stacked as it gets.
Yeah, this
right?
team is pretty stacked.
They slayed the group stage. And again, if you'll notice, Few is the only Savage in the season. Of course,
with Carl also.
Lancelot Savage
Carl.
yesterday, yes.
There you go. So that's updated. Carl recently hit a Savage yesterday. Same team.
Same team.
Oh, man.
Kumbaga, only Bren. In the whole season, Bren lang.
Only Bren is the strong one.
Di baka mamaya baka Flap TZ naman next.
It's a race. It seems like these guys enable each other. Parang the culture of excellence just kind of rubs off on each member, right? But that aside, let's talk about tangibles. Paolo, what makes Bren Esports Bren Esports?
So, the reason na napakagaling ng Bren Esports is they always know their win condition, okay? There's at one point of the series yesterday versus next play at game number 3, nakakala ng mga tao na, oh, game 3, NXP actually has a chance of getting one against Bren. Pero that is not the case, okay? The win condition is to get to late game and then capitalize off that.
And they always do. They
They
figure it
always
out.
do. And also to add one more thing, okay? They actually took advantage of Renegay's habits. Na-notice ko si Renegay kasi mahilig siyang mag-camp sa bush, di ba? For an ambush with the Cho. But they were always ready for it. Kasi yung Selena nga nabigay and it was giving vision knowing where all of Next Play's members are at all times.
Yep. So who's to say na hindi nila na-scout out ang off-laner dito ng Onic?
Right.
Or even Venus. I mean, you don't know how deep the research of one Coach Ducky could go. But that's not to count out Coach Rio. Actually, you know what? We'll let the teams talk for themselves. Let's hear what they have to say about this matchup.
Kamusta naman ang journey sa MPL Season 6?
So hello, Sir Wolf. Thank you for that wonderful question. So about the journey of Onic PH this Season 6, I would say na mas mahirap siya compared nung journey namin nung Season 4 and Season 5. Dahil yung Season 6 ngayon is mas bigger na siya compared sa mga nakaraang season. And also, yung mga kalaban ngayon is mas malalakas na and mas mauutak na compared before. Kaya mapapansin nyo yung journey namin from week 1 is medyo hindi kami stable and medyo nahihirapan kami mag-adjust. But despite nung mga na-experience namin this past few weeks, masabi kong mas nakaka-adapt na kami.
Few, kamusta naman yung journey ng Bren Esports dito sa MPL Season 6?
And okay naman yung journey namin ngayong MPL Season 6 na patapos na yung regular season. Kahit may bago kaming player na si Flap TZ, okay pa rin naman yung mabilis namin nakuha yung chemistry namin. Kita nyo naman sa results ng mga laban namin.
Okay, Wise. Paano kayo nagpe-prepare ngayon para sa playoffs?
Ginagawa namin is double or triple effort talaga. Lalo ngayon na nabanggit ng captain namin na lahat malakas na kalaban namin. Ngayon kasi may na kami, management na tumutulong sa amin kung ano yung mga dapat namin gawin.
EJ, paano kayo nag-prepare ngayong playoffs?
Nagpe-prepare kami, kumukuha kami ng mga scrim sa ibang bansa, sa Indo, then kakalabanin namin. Kasi sa PH, medyo parang sila na yung pinakamalakas talaga, wala nang makaharap. So talagang umaano kami sa ibang bansa. Doon kami kumukuha ng ibang meta.
Venus, what does it mean para sa Onic PH na maging champion this season?
After being back-to-back first placer from Season 4 and Season 5, and yung expectations namin ng mga tao ngayon is mas doble na. So winning Season 6 means everything para mapatunayan namin na talagang kaya namin. Mapatunayan namin sa mga taong dumuda sa amin na hindi namin kaya.
Para sa'yo, Few, syempre sa Bren Esports, this is your second season tama, sa Bren Esports. Gano'n ka-importante para sa organization mo na makuha at mag-champion dito sa MPL?
Kasi nung last season, parang ini-expect nila na makuha na namin yung champion kasi nga top 1 kami sa regular season. Tapos ngayong season siguro, mas ini-expect nila kasi mga 2-0 na yung mga score namin eh. So tatry namin yung best namin para makamit namin yung championship ngayon.
Sige, for one last time, gusto kong hingin namin yung gusto nyo sabihin sa fans ninyo at sa mga makakatapat nyo sa playoffs.
Thank you sa mga sumusuporta sa Onic PH. Sana suportahan niyo kami hanggang sa dulo. Sa mga susunod naming laban, maraming salamat sa inyo. Sa mga kalaban namin, maganda na kayo.
Sa sumusuporta sa Bren Esports, maraming salamat. And wag sana kayong magsawang sumuporta sa amin. Ayun lang.
I still can't make ends of it. 50-50 pa rin siya eh.
Oo.
Looking at how confident these players are in these two teams, that definitely as much as each other deserve that slot. Not just the Grand Finals, but the title itself. Feeling ko talaga parang, I don't know.
They mentioned, di ba, na parang they're expecting Bren to win this time kasi denominate talaga nila yung regular season eh. Sunod-sunod na yung 2-0. Tapos parang we describe Bren and Onic na medyo similar. Parang Onic did something eh. Na parang they built themselves up para maging parehas eh. Like, kung ano yung mga sinabi natin about Onic kanina, yun din yung gusto ko sabihin about Bren eh. Talagang as one unit talaga sila gumagalaw, very synchronized.
They built they played the same way, they built each other up the same way,
right,
while being in the same group. Do you see how impossible that is?
Exactly.
Right? It's essentially the unstoppable object, the unstoppable force facing an immovable object.
So, yesterday, pareha sila nag 3-0.
Yes.
3-0 yung Onic, tapos 3-0 din yung Bren. Feeling ko today, makakita na tayo ng 6-0.
You know what? That's impossible, but we'll see how the stats play out. I mean, in our minds, sobrang hirap intindihin, no? Kung paano nga ba may matatalo dito. Who's gonna get the better of it? But the numbers will show us how Bren has more average KDA, how Bren has a higher win rate, amazing, close to 100 as it gets. But it looks like, ito yung sasabi mo, Chin, how they're so synchronized. First blood counts, higher on the side of Onic. Just by a little bit.
Yeah.
But against a team like Bren Esports, it might be that small difference. Pero gusto kong pansinin dito, yung average team net worth difference. Paolo, you explained this in the first series. The smaller this is, the less you play closer to your opponents. So this shows that Bren Esports, they dominated most of their matchups.
Yes, they almost always dominate their matchup, which is the good thing about Bren. So sa Onic naman, most of their games will be a very close game that leads to late game. Kaya medyo mababa. Well, it's not super low compared to last time, but it's still low compared to Bren at least.
Not just that, kahit yung match win rate nila, kung makikita nyo, first is Bren, second ang Onic.
Second highest.
Second highest. But yung difference ng percentage nila is huge.
Yeah.
That's 92% to 76%.
Close to 20.
Yeah.
Subscribe mo na to sa mga
that
estudyante
says
mo.
something about how Bren has been
Subscribe.
playing this season talaga.
Channel ko.
Hindi lang kami number 1. Iwanan namin kayo. Like,
Estudyante.
if you're
Ikaw
number
na,
2,
reset ko
we'll
lady.
leave you behind. At number 2.
But then again, Onic is always different in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Onic
Subscribe
playoff
naman
mode
kayo
is
channel.
insane.
Yes.
They always show up in the playoffs.
Yes, and they proved it yesterday.
Yes.
They showed us that last season's champions, actually last season's champions as well, our rivals were done.
Right,
It's the end of an aura, Onic PH. Let's put a period on that. It's a new age, all right? Here's a couple more stats for you guys to number crunch. Turtle control rate higher on the side of Bren. More lords by just 0.01 decimals para sa Bren. So, close to 50-50. Same with unique hero picks. Nakalamang lang ng isa ang Bren. But, when you look at top hero picks, dito tayo nagkakaiba. They favor different heroes all in all.
Right. Actually, we just mentioned it naman. Pero, Onic in the playoffs is totally different. Ganito yung numbers because of regular season.
Yes, mostly from the regular season,
so,
yeah.
Iba like feeling ko hindi ito yung, this is not the same Onic from regular season, di ba? Like Pao just mentioned, this is playoffs Onic. So parang, I don't know what to expect.
Playoffs Onic, you can say, is like an X factor, no?
Right.
It's something you can't see in the stats.
Right.
Katulad ng kahapon, di ba, si Mamshi Venus yan, naglabas ng Eudora. And they actually, since they won 3-0, most of their drafts were similar from game number 1 and 2. So wala silang kailangan i-adjust. Walang kailangan i-adjust si Coach Rio. It just depends on, who counters who. Which hero counters who. So yeah, that's something I want to point out. And dito sa unique hero picks actually, I was surprised that Bren is only ahead by 1.
Well, they're actually always gonna be at 1-1. Like, same in difference because yesterday you mentioned linabas ang Eudora ni Madame Oh My Venus. The Queen brings out the lightning, but he dipped his hands in some cold water there. Linabas niya ang kadita. So it's just +1/+1.
+1/+1.
Right? But looking at their last game history, we're going all the way back to season 5, a season after the debut of Onic PH in the MPL. Onic seems to have figured out Bren then. But the time that they met here in season 6, again, this is a whole new another Bren as well. Pero yun nga playoffs Onic or regular season Bren?
But you know what, tawag dito, ever since Onic stepped into the MPL, Bren never made it to the grand finals. Did you realize that? Ever since Onic stepped into the MPL, they never got into the
Kasi
grand finals.
Onic ang nag-grand finals.
Yes.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah. That's one fun fact.
Yes, but these facts, these historical trends, nagbabago na sila. We already started making history today.
Yes.
Omega moved up into the finals. That's already a huge change. Could the same be said here in this matchup right now? Once more, it's Bren Esports versus Onic PH. Nakatakot isipin Sa totoo lang, like how much this matchup will change the course of history for the rest of, the MPL-PH's life. And let's try to dissect a little bit of their lineups real quick before we go into the head-to-head for their captains. Both teams very capable of the 1-2-2.
Yes, I think so. Yes, they're capable of 1-2-2. Lalo na, actually, pag pinasok nila sa basic. Because Basic's hero pool right now, it actually matches with the current patch.
It's perfect.
They could put Wise in the mage support. They could put Madame Venus on the tank, and the offlane stays the same.
That means Jay sits out.
Yes.
But for now, let's take a look at these two team captains. The Queen, Oh My Venus, versus Few. El Capitan, gold medalist, MPL champion. What else needs to be said? 3.96 versus 4.01. Sobrang lapit. Same amount of heroes used. Close to the same amount of MVP counts, and they play in the same role. Shot caller, mid support. This is as close as it gets.
Yes, these players are like the pillars of each team. Pag wala kayong shot caller, malilito talaga kayo kung anong gagawin ng team nyo. So, napaka-importante ni Venus sa Onic and Few sa Bren. Okay? Ang nakikita ko lang diferensya dito from Venus and Few is Few specializes more in assassin supports.
Right.
Instead of, si Venus more on like utility support.
And Venus has a few more tanks.
Yes.
Then Few, I have a question for you, Chin. This is super important. We're going to go with deep cuts here. We're going to go dive into the history of these players. You've known Few from way back.
Yeah, from way back.
Way back. What's new with this man here?
Actually, kasi maski dati pa, very aggressive talaga siya dati. Aside from that, alam mo yung ginagawa nung nakaraan ni H2O with his Ling, that really deep cut sa lane, yung lalagpasan niya lahat.
Yes.
I've already seen that with Fuse Fanny dati sa MSC1.
It's a younger Few.
Yeah, I've already seen that before. Kumbaga, ano na yun yung mga ginagawa today, nagawa na niya. Even dati pa, from years ago pa. So, I don't know. I don't know what to actually expect from him now. Kasi ang bilis din niya mag-evolve. Like from way back then, siya yung assassin nila.
Yes.
And then ngayon, he's now
Support?
the mage support.
Mid? Yeah.
Kumbaga, from being a shooting guard, baba siya ngayon ng point guard. It's completely different role.
And he's just as good.
Yeah, just as good.
On your screens now, the lane predictions, how we expect these teams to deploy their players. Wise in mid. Oh My Venus, of course, in mid as well. Trying to make an 8-figure around the map, the river, to make sure that Dilar and Yakno get the best of their lanes, while Jay as well roams as their tank. Halos 2 years na rin nilang ginagawa to eh. This is the trademark Onic. But, Paolo, I gotta ask you, if Basic were to come in, anong mababago ulit? Let's think about that possibility.
Ang magbabago dito is si Basic most likely will go to the mid lane since a bunch of his hero pool will be assassins. So those
Shout
usually
out
go to
kay
mid lane.
Adrian Deligi.
Wise can also play marksman. Nakita naman natin yun. Pati si Iakno
Salamat,
actually he's
Pabs
capable
subscribe.
of using marksman.
Iakno was on a Granger
Yes.
in that
Paparapol
game
tayo
4
ng
moment.
epic
Alam nyo na
skin.
yun, guys.
Kaya
Monetize
fit talaga
na to.
dito si Basic. Katulad ng ginawa ng Blacklist, right? They
As of
put
now,
a
ang
Dexter
paparapol lang
and
muna
put in
natin ay
Killer so
Kalajum.
that they can actually match up the patch. You know, the new
Andun
meta.
sa may baba.
Okay. So yeah, that's where Basic would go. And then si Venus, bawal mawala yan. Kasi
magsisimula na itong mga 5
Venus ang shot
minutes.
caller eh.
Yes. Marlo.
So pag nawala si Venus talagang Onic will fall. Okay. And Jay has to sit out.
Yeah, so I think we've seen
Kaya
that
dyan ka lang, wag
from
ka nang
seasons
umalis.
prior. Jay switching out with the Kingmaker, Fuzakin, right? When he was around on Onyx side. But for Bren
Maglaro tayo bukas.
Esports,
Ayain mo si
this
Macon.
is what we can expect. Flapteasy, an offlaner at heart. You have Lusty, Mr. Heart Stealer, Mr. Showstopper. Karamihan ng mga naalala kong tank na nagnanakaw ng Lord is from Lusty.
Yung Grok
Because of the Grok.
Yes, from Season 3.
Yes.
Ever since Season 3. You have Few in mid, Cartezy, of course, the core prodigy, and Rebo in the gold lane. You know what I love about Rebo? He is so versatile, and he is so well-adjusted to whatever meta and whatever Bren Esports has to offer. Umalis na yung mga katropa niya. He's literally with new dudes. Si EJ na lang yata. Si EJ na lang yata natitira.
yes.
And nandito pa rin si Rebo. Right?
Yes.
Chin, tell us about the evolution of one Rebo.
Feel ko dahil matagal na rin siya nandito. Like, kasabayan yan sila few eh. Like, from before pa.
While he was in the other team.
Right. So, magkalaban pa sila nun. At tapos magkasama rin sila pumunta sa very first MSC. Yan. So, kung saan nag-champion din sila, sila Rebo.
Yes.
Yung nag-champion din sa MSC 1. So, like few, na I already mentioned na sobrang nag-transform, sobrang nag-grow, na who now plays utility support. Itong si Rebo din, I'm pretty sure na it's the same story. Nag-transform na rin yan. He can play probably all roles na rin. I think few also din naman can play all roles din. So, pwede na rin tayong magpasok dito at ng possibility of a 1-2-2 maybe.
Yeah, and you have to give the marksman to Rebo this
Yes,
time.
yes.
Not really calling in EJ, that's another story, but we can consider that. Now, looking at the keys to victory, you can expect an Indo-style Bren draft. You have Onic play confidently, ride that playoff mode Onic. You can prioritize drafting for Venus because, again, the queen is the heart of Onic-PH. Have Dilar dominate his lane and, of course, utilize basic if things get tricky. Ano yung sabihin nun? When do things get tricky?
So, let's say Bren gets a 2-0, right? Gets ahead 2-0. If they really have no choice, last resort na tong si Basic para masurpresa ang Bren, okay? Doon naman sa first point na nakalagay, expect Indo-style Bren.
Yes, elaborate.
About that, yung Bren kasi, yung scrimmage partner nila are mostly Indos, Indo teams. Sinabi naman ni EJ sa interview nila, that's why their draft and their playstyle will be really similar to Indo. So, Onic needs to expect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's it.
I'm pretty sure Onic is expecting that as much as well, given that they have brothers in their mother company offshore, right? So let's look at Bren Esports now. What are their keys to victory? Keep controlling the draft. So it's a battle between Rio and Coach Ducky. As well, exploit Venus hero pool, given that the Queen does prefer supports. If you force her onto a tank, things might get shaky, or vice versa. Cartezy on playmaking heroes. Ano nga ba ang number one playmaking hero ni Cartezy?
Well, we saw yesterday, it was Lancelot.
The numbers say Lancelot.
Yeah, Lancelot. And any assassin, to be honest with you. Nung
Mas
nakuha niya yung
kanina.
Leomord, medyo naglaylow siya.
Your YouTube
But it was still
channel
effective. I'm not
will now
saying
be
yung
monetized.
Leomord ni Cartesi is
Mag-uumpisa na
weak
siyang
at
humawak
all.
ng
It is still super strong. So yeah, that's one way, I guess,
X-Man.
to
Makakuha
for
na siya ng
Onic to
pera.
take advantage of.
Basta tuloy-tuloy lang yun.
Onic to,
For Bren, sorry.
yes,
Bren
for
to take
Bren to take
advantage
advantage of it against Onic.
Yes, against
There
Onic.
you go. And of course, you
Sana
can
kayang
use your
ano,
team's
yung
flexibility.
tumigil
Again,
at napagod.
kung saan role na nanggaling
Maraming
itong mga
naano
player
dito,
ng Bren Esports. And of
napapagod.
course, conquer
Hindi kanila
the
maabot yung
vision
1,000
game.
subscribers.
As a core, how important is vision?
Kasi I think I mentioned also, was that I think yesterday I mentioned na si Carl Tizzy yung pinaka unang nagpakita, well sa akin at least, nagpakita sa akin na he has this ability to see that weakness thread.
Weakness thread?
Okay, it's a weakness thread. Kung saan naman, may ability siya na parang may malasyaringgan siyang mata. Nakikita niya kung saan dapat yung target niya. Okay? So, to enhance that, if we have map control, if we have map vision pala, rather, mas ma-maximize niya yun. Makikita niya kagad yung target niya. The time it would take for him to find that weakness thread would be much less. Mas mabilis niya ma-carry out yung trabaho niya.
So, his game sense, we'll call it game sense, yung weakness thread na yan, no? Like, to hunt people.
Yes. Actually, like they called it back then in Season 2 was selective targeting.
There you go.
Like, very, very precise na ito dapat yung tatamaan ko. Rekta, yan lang ang tatamaan ko.
And you said Season 2, right?
Season 2, yes.
Season 2. And this was before the height of Cartesi.
Yes.
Baby boy pa si Cartesi nun.
Baby pa siya nun.
Oo, prodigy pa siya nun.
Siya yung pinaka-baby nun.
Yes, but now, look where he is. At the top of the world. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is super hard to read. But I'm hoping that we get what we deserve. And of course, for the fans of both Bren Esports and Onic PH, ispam nyo na yan. Hashtag Bren lang malakas. Hashtag all for Onic. They need your support. The game begins now.
Kapayta mo sa kanila kung paano mag-solve.
Hi guys, I'm Kayla Heredia, also known as K-Bear, and I'm inviting all of you
Ako
to
nag-review.
support Onic PH. Go Onic!
Go, Onic.
Hashtag all for Onic.
Paano gamitin yung have been, tas has been.
Hashtag go Onic.
Hashtag Bren lang malakas. Suportang MPL. Bren
Parang
lang
gusto ko siyang gawin.
Bren lang malakas. Hashtag Bren lang malakas.
Suportang MPL. Hashtag Bren lang malakas.
Eto na ang pinakahihintay. Sino nga ba makakalaban ng Omega sa ating Grand Finals? Kami muli ang inyong mga kasama. Ako si Manjin Paldas at kasama ko ang aking analyst na si Rob Luna. Rob! Mukhang dilawan ang nangyayari ngayon.
Oo.
Dahil labanan ng black and yellow. Sabi nga ng kaibigan nating si Butters, ang semifinals natin. Bren Esports versus Onic PH. Kanina hindi nangyari yung hinihiling nating Game 5.
Oo.
Ngayon, anong pakiramdam mo dito, Rob Luna?
Ako, ramdam ko, posible. Posible pa rin. Sa akin, dito, parang Manjin, mahina ang 4 games. We might actually expect the same result. Mahina. Pero definitely, nararamdaman ko, walang easy 3-0 dito.
Imposible. Kasi Bren Esports, they dominated their enemies yesterday at ganun din ang Onic PH. Parehas nilang nakuha yung momentum na gusto nila nung sweep nila dito, yung nakalaban nila kahapon. Onic PH, Aura PH, in-easy-peasy lang nila. Ganun din ang Bren Esports.
Yes.
In-easy-peasy nila ang NXP.
Bukod sa easy peasy, kung ating babalikan mga kaibigan, innate sa Onic PH ang mangharang. Specifically para sa Bren.
Eto nga yung gusto nating sabihin dyan. I think nabanggit din to ni na Leo on the panel desk na ang narrative natin is that Onic, simula nang dumating sila dito sa MPL, biglang nagulat lahat tayo na hindi lang pala Bren ang malupit.
Oo.
Hindi lang pala Bren ang malakas. Kasi after nung dumating sila, never nang nagkaroon ng finals appearance ang Bren Esports.
Yes, at yon ang kinuha sa kanila
Oo.
ng Onic PH. It happened time and time, even on the Season 5 natin,
Lagi.
sila ang naglaglag.
And take note, for Carl TC to be specific dito sa Bren, twice na siya na dinidinayan dito ng Onic PH. Dati, iba pa yung team niya, yung SGD na ngayong Omega na. Season 5 on the Bren, same result, Onic PH ang hadlang.
At saka, alam ko, sinabi din ni Carl TC ito sa interview na Onic ang gusto niya makalaban kasi 2 beses siya nililigan.
Yes.
Na hadlangan na mapunta doon sa championship na yon. Ngayon, kung Onic nakakuha sila dito ng paghihiganti laban sa Aura PH, ito rin ang paghihiganti ng Bren. Na this time, kayo naman ang malalaglag.
Yon. Very confident na sinabi yon ni Carl TC. Pero ang tanong is, magagawa nga ba ito ng Bren?
Ang hirap malaman, Rob Luna. Nag-e-expect na ako ng malupit na drafting dito. For sure, hindi natin to agad ma-predict kasi talagang iba mag-isip itong dalawang teams na to, lalo-lalo na si Coach Ducky, and of course, step-up game naman para sa Onic kay Coach Rio.
Totoo yan. And not only that, ang pinakamaganda pa sa nangyari kahapon, since parehas sila ng result, that's a flawless victory on either of the team, wala tayong nakitang bago. Kumbaga, wala masyado, kumbaga in terms sa baraha, isang alas lang ang nakita natin. Kumbaga, ang dami pang concealed strategy for both teams dahil sobrang dominant ng isang alas pa lang nila kahapon.
At yung alas pa na yun, yung floral na alas. Hindi pa nilabas yung diamond na alas.
Yes.
Which is yung pinakamataas. So talagang ang dami pang pwede mangyari. Pwede pang nagbabluff pa nga itong dalawa na pwede doon sa mga games nila kahapon. Kasi for sure, kung ikaw ay Team Onic at ikaw ay Team Bren kahapon, kung nanalo ka at Onic ka, nag-expect ka sana na yung Bren may mapapakitang something laban sa NXP. Mukhang wala.
Yes, wala. Kumbaga, you want to exploit. Gusto mo na mag-reveal kahapon yung either of the two teams, kaso hindi nga yun yung nangyari. Pero now, we're on to the drafting phase, mga kaibigan.
Here we go.
Onic PH realizing two of the most successful heroes ng Bren. Dito ang Selena Nephew and si Carl TC na nag-savage kahapon sa Lancelot.
Ganito rin, actually, ang technique ng Onic kahapon laban sa Aura PH, respecting the Selena and respecting every heroes of the enemy. Which is actually ganun din ang ginagawa ng Bren Esports ngayon. Look at this. Alice ban and then Natalia ban naman para sa Bren. I think yung Alice is a target ban dito para kay Iakno. Meanwhile, yung Natalia, I think yung Bren, dahil wala yung Natalia na to, kukuha sila ng mga heroes na magro-roam around the map. Yung hindi mag-iisip na baka may Natalia na umiikot-ikot sa paligid nila.
Yes, but if I'm not mistaken, the only Natalia user for the side of Onic PH is Jay. Pero since the Selena
Dito ka na manood, Adrian
I
Deligin.
was actually thinking kung it's a worth
Manood
of a
siya.
ban. Pero come to think of it, yung YSS dito, I think Bren
is up for contention.
For contention. One of the heroes na nag-work at best, lalo na kahapon dito sa Onic PH, for Wise.
Nag-a-agree ako sa iyo dyan, Rob Luna. Ang napakataas ng win rate dito ng YSS ni Wise. Best hero ni Wise na yun. Ikaw pa nagsabi sa akin ito, may tutorial.
Yes.
Si Wise, gamit yung YSS na yan.
Paano mo si Brian
to be honest
Deligin?
with you, bibigyan kita ng secret. Hindi ko alam yung passive ng YSS until nung napanood ko yung video ni Wise. Ang daming natulungan nun, lalo na sa mga beginners.
Totoo naman. Well, not only Wise, a lot of pro players natin are actually doing or extending
Ilan yung mga
their knowledge
estudyante mo?
papunta sa
Sa
mga
streams.
sa mga streams, mga platforms para mapanood ng mga like casual na nagra-rank. Ay, ganito pala gamitin. So you guys, check nyo yung mga pages or YT channels ng mga pro players natin dahil sobrang madami kayong matututunan. And talking about matututunan na open dito
malalakas
si
sila.
Paras.
Open
Lalo
si
na pag
Paras
Bren
dito,
ang nanalo.
one of Onyx
Bren na
newest pocket strategies. Meanwhile, Rob, tumuturo ka dyan. Ano yung tinuturo mo dyan?
Ang turo ko na to kasi the only one na nakapag-utilize ng mabuti ng isang Barats, alam mo ba kung sino?
Sino?
Si Dilar. Siya lang. The only one sa dami ng gumamit ng Barats dito sa MPL Season 6. It's only Dilar who are able to use this effectively.
Totoo. If I'm not mistaken, parang final week din ng MPL ginamit ni Dilar itong Barats. At yun nga, naging successful siya dito. Dilar is actually like stepping up dito sa kanyang team no? Talagang hindi nawala yung mga flank moves niya. And for sure, kinikilig na naman yung mga Dlarmies.
Posibleng,
Kapag
posible.
nagagawa niya yung mga ganong moves. Meanwhile, move on tayo sa drop. Rob Luna, side lane picks.
Oo. Kita na
Para
natin
dito sa Bren Esports. Anong ibig sabihin nito, Rob?
Ang
Usually, nakikita natin yung Bren, support agad yan sa pag-third pick or second pick
Totoo yan. Or the Khalid can still be a tricky pick. Pwede pa rin naman ito na hindi pang side lane. Lost team might want to use it on the mid lane, who knows. Pero yung Esmeralda, yung Ling, alam na natin kung para saan yan. And so does dito para sa side ng Onic PH. Just going back, ayan nga, nandito na.
Sige.
Willing ang Bren Esports na ibigay dito ang YSS ni Wise. Pero the way Dilar plays, yung barrage niya dito, it's more on invade. It's more on giving their opponent na, kumbaga, pinahihirapan nila kunin yung buff. And that's gonna be Carl TC.
Guguluhin at guguluhin at guguluhin. Pero ako kasi, ngayon ko lang nakita sa Bren ang ganitong opening. Usually, safe mag-open ang Bren Esports. With a support, with a tank. Ngayon ko lang nakita na nag-reveal sila agad ng plano. Nag-reveal agad sila ng mga carries nila. Like Esmeralda and Ling. Yes, and again, yung sinasabi mo yung Khalid, pwedeng tank yan. Okay. Pero ngayon, meron akong pakiramdam, Rob. Hindi ko alam kung pareha sa'yo na nagbago ng formula bigla yung Bren.
Oo. And this might be one of their aces na hindi natin nakita kahapon while they were fighting against NXP Solid. Pero now, for the side of Onic PH, I'm still thinking, ano pa ba ang pwedeng hero dito for Oh My Venus? Kumbaga, both of our supports doesn't have any hero set. At yun yung mga nagiging ban ng bawat team. Eudora was out, Valir was out, Farsa is still open. What is gonna be?
Rob, gusto ko lang sabihin sa'yo, nasabi mo dito yung mga supports, no? Kay Oh My Venus. Pati si Few ata dito ay napapakamot ulo na din dahil ubos ang mga mage support. So, ang natitira ay Chang'o at yung pinakita kahapon ni Few, nakadita. Tandaan mo, binanggit to ng mga panelists natin, napaka-lit actually yung match-up ng Few laban kay The Queen, Oh My Venus.
Totoo. And, well, I think the Kadita might actually work. Yung ginawang Petrify Kadita kahapon ni Few was
gana
sobrang gana talaga.
Oo.
I'm thinking of a Veil, if not gonna be possible. Pero knowing Onic PH, they were the team that utilizes with yung mga healing meta. Rafaela is a thing for Oh My Venus.
Yes.
Cecilion is still there. Chang'o as well. So, there's a lot dito for either of the teams na gamitin. So, yung first 3 picks nila dito is pwedeng dalawang side lane. Or rather, that's gonna be
I think it's definitely a Kadita na. Para dito sa Bren Esports. Rather than a Chang'o.
I like the Jawhead pick.
Jawhead pick. Bakit,
The
Rob?
same. We've seen earlier yung laban ng Execration. Chakno was using the Khalid. Pero di ba sobrang tanky na because meron siyang heal. Pero the only one that's been canceling that one from the side of Omega was the Ejector.
Kasi napakadali lang kasi din counterin nung Quick Sand Guard. Ejector mo lang or minsan nga tulak mo lang ng Valir Searing Torrent. Hindi na mawawala na sa pwesto sa heal di ba? So, Bren, taking their time. There you go, hindi nagsalita. Yuzong. Luyi.
Wow, this is interesting. So, basically, this is gonna be a Khalid tank. This is a Khalid tank with the Loyi. That's something we see ngayon sa mga support natin. But still, this is one of Few's hero during the regular season has been working really well para sa kanila. Kung maaalala mo yung Few na bush, there is this specific na bush na kadalasang tinitipihan to ni Few, which is yung orange buff doon sa may top
Mamaya
lane.
matatarget natin, lalo sa may orange buff.
Lagi niyang ginagawa yon, ladies and gentlemen.
Kinakabahan ako sa game, Rob Luna. Ang lupit ng nangyaring draft dito. Nagkaubusan ng supports. And Luyi is one of the heroes na talagang master din ni Oh My Venus. I think ninakawan din siya dito dahil ang Bren Esports, they know, they're confident enough that Team Onic will not utilize a Kadita right now.
Yes.
Now they went for the Rafaela. There you go. Look at the support matchups, ladies and gentlemen. Few versus Oh My Venus.
Again, sino
I slightly like the Bren lineup dito. It's more all about damage. Even yung tank nila dito, I mean offensive-wise, nandito sa Bren Esports. Onic PH, on the other hand, they were somehow, hindi to yung usual bursty type ng lineup. More on na sustain eh. Diba? Pero ang catch kasi dito is how Dilar would be able to utilize the Barats if he could be able to pull through and somehow Yishun Shin or the YSSD Wise makapag-deal or mauna ng damage. Mapitas nila dito yung link. There's one thing, pwedeng makadetona ng isa agad dito just to -1 lang agad on the clash. Then makapag-burst down dito yung YSS. Probably Onic, pero I think they were the one on the ticking time bomb. Dito pala ang Onic kasi kailangan nila talaga yung early game dito because ito, Bren Esports, onto the late game, scaling-wise, sila yung mas malakas.
Naniniwala ako sa'yo, Rob. Ultra late game, Bren. They even secured the early to the mid. Kasi kahit pa paano, mahuhold nila yung mid game eh. Kapag hindi sila namamatay, it's gonna be hard. Bren Esports versus Onic PH with the semifinals of MPL Season 6. Looking at the battle spells and the items for Flicker setup para sa Bren Esports. Rob Luna, anong ini-indicate nito pag ganito?
Whenever na meron kayo, puro kayo dito, it's more on ini-utilize nyo yung galaw nyo sa mapa. This is very reactive. To be honest, some other would like to have like a flame shot dito pero it doesn't work for Oh My Venus. Pero I like how Dilar is playing the Barats right now. Hindi ito yung usual na nakasteady lang doon sa kanyang side lane.
Talagang pumupunta sa gilid eh, no? Kukunin yung Little Wanderer. Pero actually, it was Bren Esports na nakakuha nun. And Flaptizi and Lar. Interesting matchup din, no? Kung isipin mo itong Flaptizi and Lar. Halos parehas din silang magaling mang psycho. Sa side lane eh, no? Parang parehas din silang pumaplank and parehas din sila na biglang nagto-turn around ng laban.
Exactly. And speaking of turnaround, ito yung mga kailangan gawin dito ng Onic. Is guluhin dito si Carl TC, not give him the time and the space para makakuha ng kanyang buff. It might be na ma-ejector dito.
Jay will target! Get Carl TC, okay. But Rebo and company will help him out. So Jay will actually die. Meanwhile, Carl TC buhay pa yung kanyang orange buff na mukhang isi-save para sa kanya. At habang sina Iyakno ay lumalaban pa, Lasty, isang hit na lang, nakakatakot ngayon. Rob Luna, ang Onic PH. Speaking of nakakatakot.
Dahil meron tayo sa October 27 hanggang November 13 na makailangan nyo mag-login sa inyong game and participate in the Tricksters Village event and get Halloween candies for treasure spin. Each spin will cost 4 Halloween candies and you can get up to 7 each day for completing the task. Makakakuha kayo ng Teresa special spin na Hammer Giant and guaranteed on a 10 spin and you don't want to miss it out. At yun na nga, speaking of miss out, baka may ejector na naman dito.
Sana naman si Lasty na naman ang main target dito ng Onic. At ayun ang magaling sa Onic eh, yung capability talaga nila mag-focus fire on one. Which is, I think, nag-work kasi nga, wow. With actually, Onic pa lang nag-4 flickers. Sorry, akala ko that was Bren. But yeah, then again, Onic with 3 kills right now, but it seems like Bren, papalag pa rin. Hindi pa tapos to, Rob. There you go. Set up for Pew. Nice diversion. Here comes the rotation. Pew will go down. Jay with the unstoppable force.
Yes.
And ngayon mukhang si RTC babawi pero hindi na ata.
Oo. Speaking of bawi, I really like how Jay is utilized. I mean, kumbaga, kahit saan siya, nasa top, nasa bottom, nasa buff dito ni Carl TC, all throughout, sobrang nuisance niya para sa buong Bren Esports. At yun yung nagiging problema. Kaya isa rin yung sa reason ko bakit na out of position doon si Pew is yung kakahabol. Hindi nila ini-expect. Laging may ejector dito from Jay. And itong first turtle might actually get secured dito ni Wise.
Mukhang eto na nga dahil yung turtle ay napunta na sa Yishun Chi ni Wise habang si Jay nang gugulo lang sa baba. Flap TC, pwersahin niya yung laban dito kay na Wise. Wise pulado, may mga Dragon Souls pero meron siyang shield ng turtle. Habang nandito si Carl TZ, mag-out. Dlar will use the Nitona's welcome para kay Flap TZ. Naiwan ang dragon dito, may makukuha. Kaya sila actually nakuha niya yung kill. Pero si Oh My Venus ay makakabawi. Pumapalakpak ngayon si Rob.
Oo.
Anong nangyari?
The reason why ako napapalakpak, that execute was meant to be with Wise at hindi yun napindot ni Flap TC on time. Yun na nga lang, nagamit niya naman din sa tama dahil napatay niya si Dilar.
So parang nawalan lang din ng saysay. So parang nag-reset lang after that kill.
Yes.
Oh
Totoo
my.
yan. Pero I guess Onic PH, they are the one to set the tempo. Pero yan nga, they are also the one na may, kumbaga nasa ticking time bomb dito mga kaibigan. They need to utilize this early map presence nila, early lead at least so 1,000 lead into an objective. Kasi sabihin na natin makakuha ka ng kills, kung wala ka naman nababasag na tore, Bren Esports will still come out strong going into the late game.
At mukhang ganun nga yung ginagawa actually ng Bren. Look at Ribo, the doctor, as on this Esmeralda, Robluna, bawas na yung bottom lane. Ibig sabihin, Iyakno, mapipressure na siya kung ibibigay niya ba to o sasama siya sa laban.
Oo.
Oo.
Totoo yan. Pero the only reason why Onic is ahead a little right now kasi secure nila yung first turtle. Pero ito, medyo may freedom na dito si Carl TC and actually confident na rin siya. Kahit nakunan dito si Dilar, he might actually get this one through.
Totoo, ilalaban nila to. Ultimate para kay Carl TC. Nakakuha na siya dito ng unang sword and Pew popping the dispersion. Makakuha ng isang tore pala. Itong dalawang teams. Pero may napatay din pala ang Onic sa baba.
Oo. Ang maganda doon is hindi sila nagiging reactive sa bawat isa. Yes, pwedeng makahula, pwedeng makapick off, pero may bawi doon sa kabila. So meaning to say, walang nag-ahabol. Kumbaga kung anong gagawin ng kabila, gawin din natin sa kanila.
Kung makakashoot ka ng 3, makakapag windmill dunk naman ako.
Oo.
Ganon ang nangyayari, an eye for an eye. An eye for an eye, I mean. Para dito sa nangyayaring laban natin. Habang merong laban para dito sa turtle. Nakuha na naman ni Wise. Raging Sandstorm para kay Lasty dito. Habang ang ganda ng setup ni Carl TC kinagat. Rum. Sabi dito ni Dlar, si Pew ang kanyang tinikman at Pew will fall down. Dalawa ngayon ang wala sa side ng Bren Esports. Tumatakbo na si kaibigang Ribo. First skill para sa kanya. Second skill may dagdag damage pa. Pero mukhang wala nang mangyayari. Onic PH joke lang. Meron pa. Hindi pa pala tapos. Dahil, actually, kinuha lang ni Carl TZ yung purple setup ngayon para sa Onic PH.
Actually, muntikan pa nga yun na makaabot doon si Jay. Kung nanakaw niya yon, it's gonna be hard for Bren to be able to go dito papasok ng mid-game natin. Pero I think hindi tama. Iyakno might fall.
Iyakno. Pulado si Iyakno, napakagandang kasablip. Pero again, Lynch Boys, killing spree para kay Carl TC.
Oo, pero gusto ko lang balikan yung pag-traceless in doon. Yes, nakuha nila yung turtle, the second turtle, pero it's not worth it eh. Napunta sa awkward position. Nandito pa ngayon ng Gillette instant replay. Ayan, ninakaw dito ni Wise. Yes, nakuha niya to, pero siya yung namatay. Pero tingin ko hindi yun worth it. Tingin ko mas mauubos nila yung Bren kung nandito yung YSS.
Ay, kumbaga hindi mo rin naabot yung quota mo sa ininvest mo.
Oo. Walang ROI.
Walang ROI. At dahil doon, nakakuha pa yung Bren ng onting space para sa kanilang team. Dahil 50-50 pa rin eh. Siguro kung nabuhay si Wise that time, may damage output ang Onic PH.
Oo, which is shot rin talaga yung damage. The only reason na medyo nakalamang sila doon is the sustain. Kumbaga yung Bren kasi ngayon, hindi pa enough yung damage nila to peel off yung mga sustain or rather yung heal na binibigay ng Oh My Venus, yung kunat dito ng Barats. Pero once Bren Esports get their item wherein papuntang late game, they might outskill Onic PH dito.
At ito sinasabi mo, ito yung sinasabi mo kanina, Rob, na mabibitin at mabibitin ang Onic dahil yung Bren tataba ng tataba, lalakas ng lalakas, magkakadamage ng magkakadamage, at mukhang ngayon, confident ang Bren na mag-take ng fights. Here we go. Turtle fight na naman nandito. Naku po, si Jay ang unang target. Nahuli siya dito ng rotation, but Wise, third time sa charm para sa kanyang retribution. Habang si Wise, naku po, traceless out. Si Pew nandun sa batang gilid. Dispersion, si Dar, natrap sila dito. Iyaknu, lumalaban na lang. Iyaknu. Kala mo, Dar, ikaw lang marunong kumagat. Marunong din ako. Habang si Pew, tumatakbo na lang. Natamaan pa ng mga smart missiles. Rebo will also back off. Pero sa amin ni Wise, hindi matapos. Mountain Shakirino, si Jumong. Hold on, baby, hold on. Sa pool, sa mukha.
Onic Magic. Almost. Yes, napatay doon si Flap TC ni Wise. Muntikan niya pa na manakaw yung purple ni Carl TC. Possibly baka napatay niya pa. Pero si Dilar dito, ang susunod, makunat yung Barats, yung dinosaur, pero namatay.
Itutuloy-tuloy pa rin nila. Pero miscalculation from Dar. That could have been, I think, a victory, pero may onting bawi ang Bren because of that pick-off.
Totoo yan. Ang usual na ginagawa ng Onic dito, whenever they win engagement, they just go for the buff dito agad ng Ling. Number one, ang pinakamagandang nangyari for Onic is nakaligtas doon si Wise. Nakuha nila yung turtle, hindi namatay yung YSS, the perfect scenario para sa kanila.
Yes. Kaso still, Rob, parang 50-50 pa rin eh. I cannot really say it. Onic, I think siguro kailangan pa ng isang flash. Dahil yung Bren, they know when to really disengage. Alam nila kung lugi sila. And ang mahirap dito, pag binigyan mo yung Bren ng isang loophole, they can definitely get the game.
Pero ang ganda ng ginagawa ng Onic dito. I think Bren Esports need to target dito si Oh My Venus. Kaso nga lang nahihirapan silang pasukin. The way mag-position dito ni Queen, hindi nila basta-basta. Even Flap Easy trying to get in or on the backline ng Onic. Hirap siya.
Hirap talaga. Hindi mapwestuhan, no? Alam natin, ang Rafaela madali lang dapat i-kill eh. Pero sa ganitong ginagawa ni Oh My Venus, pati si Rebo eh, nahihirapan kasi kung iisipin mo, si Rebo hindi yan madalas sa mamatay, ni Iwan Death hindi nagkakaroon. Pero dito sa laban natin, nakikita lang natin na nag-prepare talaga ang Onic PH.
Onic na daw.
Speaking of prepare, dito sa top, medyo ito na naman yung usual na nangyayari.
Okay, laban dito. Carl TZ, mag-ultimate. Habang si Jay tumatakbo, nandoon yung Dragon Tail ni Flap TZ. That TZ Nation is real. Execute para kay Wise. Wala nang damage ngayon. Ang Onic PH kailangan na mag-back dahil gusto ng Bren Esports ang laban na to. Carl TZ with the pokes. Tinusok na naman. At isa pa, hello Queen. Sabi ni Carl TZ dito, habang si Pew ay kinagat ni Iyak.
Isa.
It is going to be a 3-1 exchange in favor of Bren Esports.
Yes, bawi doon. Dikit ngayon dito ang net worth ng dalawang team na to. Pero the best
shout out nga kay Marlo Manabat
Flap
Azarcon.
TC initiating for Bren Esports, diving into the back lanes. Hinuli niya agad. Nakita niya nag-traceless out doon si Wise. Yun yung tinarget niya. After the Dragon Tail, combo, execute. Kumbaga para sa kanya talaga yun. Tapos somehow, Iyaknu and the Barats, medyo nahiwalay. Kumbaga nag-dismantle yung buong team ng Onic. Nagkawatak.
Watak. Kumbaga ni-reserve talaga din ito ni Flap TZ yung kanyang execute para kay Wise. And unti-unti nang nagko-collapse ang Onic PH. Bren Esports is now in control. Pero tignan natin dahil mahuli ata sila. Si Sinundan, nag-surfing!
Oo eh.
Nag-sand surfing yung dalawa.
Ang laki din ng ng ginagawa dito ni Lusty. Kumbaga, hinahayaan niya na mag-react sa kanya yung Onic. Then pagka humabol, pagka nag-chase yung Onic, Detonas welcome!
Tinikman, ladies and gentlemen, napakahaba ng dila dito ni Dlar. Pero sabi ni Flap TZ, ako din mahaba. Mahabang dragon. Carl TZ, umaamba. Pero napakagandang pick-off mula dito sa Onic PH. Eto na naman, Mountain Shocker. May laban ba na magaganap? Mukhang wala na. Parehas ng kakalma
ka na dito,
itong dalawang teams na to.
Na ngayon, dito mo na makikita yung kumbaga umaabot na tayo o palapit na tayo ng papalapit sa ceiling ngayon dito ng Onic PH. Yung early na kalakasan nila medyo unti-unti nang nawawala. Why? Kasi dalawa na yung hindi na lang si Flap TC yung nakakapasok, even si Carl. Nakita natin doon kahit si Oh My Venus lang, willing siyang gamitin yung Tempest of Blade, mawala lang agad yung Rafaela sa laban.
Ganon talaga, no? Just target the right targets. And kapag nakakapasok si na Carl TZ, bad news yon para sa Onic. At kailangan gamitin yun ng Bren. Bren Esports. I think kanina pa nila tina-target itong mid tower. Bakit nga ba buhay pa rin tong mid tower na to, Rob?
Oo. Ito yung at least this is something, a good news para sa Onic na hindi pa rin nawawala yung gitna nila. Kasi once this one, mabasag ng Bren Esports, mas magiging madali na, specifically for Carl, yung mga talon niya, yung mga flinch points niya dito.
Napakadali talaga habang kinakagat na naman dito si Dlar, sinisipa. Purple buff is the target. Rotation back kill, godlike.
Maya-maya nga lang
Para
naman.
kay Carl TZ, hindi natin napapansin na 7-1-6 na pala ang score ng child prodigy na si Carl TZ.
Totoo yan. And this might be a great opportunity para sa Bren Esports na kunin ngayon ang first lord nitong laro. Ngayon, ang nakikita na natin dito yung sakit for the draft dito ng Onic PH. Or rather, hindi naman sakit, is yung nagpapahirap. The only crowd control that they had is the Detona's Welcome. Yes, pero yung ejector lang. After that, libre nang gumalaw dito ang mga miyembro ng Bren Esports.
And
unat naman niyan, no? Kalid.
Sa sobrang libreng paggalaw dito ng Bren, si Lusty ay iniiwasan na lang dito yung ejector.
Yes.
Tapos nagre-Raging Sandstorm out na lang siya. And then, ang daming nauubos na skill para sa Onic PH.
Exactly. Kumbaga kasi, yung lineup dito ng Onic, it's more on the movement speed, of course, dito ng isang Rafaela. But, if you ever na kaya nang i-out-sustain dito yung heal or rather yung movement speed, paano mo ngayon huhulihin yung mga heroes ng Bren Esports? Hindi mo naman pwedeng pagkasyahin lahat yan sa ng isang barats.
Oo eh. Isa lang ang kasya sa tiyan ng barat.
Oo. Si Brian.
So,
Kabrad ko yun si Brian.
Ito na yung nagpapahirap ngayon sa kanila. They don't have the proper crowd control to be able to give or rather space. Kasi nahihirapan din si Wise eh. After the traceless, wala na siyang defensive mechanic.
Yes, so pwede na nating sabihin, ito na yon, final na, lamang na ang Bren Esports. Alam ng Bren kung kailan sila papasok kapag yung alam nilang hindi sila mamamatay.
Yep.
Gets nila yun eh. Carl TZ with the positioning as well. Lusty, confident enough with the Raging Sandstorms. Quicksand Guard. Pinambibait niya nga lang yung Detona's Welcome. Bren Esports, slowly but surely, setting up for this Lord take. Ano na lang ngayon, Rob Luna, nagkakatansyahan ng equalization ng minions.
Totoo yan. Hindi rin makuha dito ng Bren kung sino ba or rather ng Onic ang kanilang dapat hulihin dahil si Carl TC sobrang libreng gumalaw. Kumbaga, how would you actually hold Carl TC as of the moment?
No?
Detona's Welcome. Ang dami niyang mechanic para makaalis. Just a flinch. Diba? Flinch twice, pwede na siya kagad mawala. Unstoppable Force into Ejector. After nun, anong kasunod?
Yeah, tignan natin. Dahil yung Unstoppable Force, pwede rin kasing matimingan yung Unstoppable Force na madodge niya eh. Diba? Parang pag tumalon siya sa wall, hindi siya susundan ng todo eh.
Exactly. At mukhang meron dito ang tipping na gawa. Si Few sa likod.
Tignan natin dahil si Wise ang kanila main target. The Dragon. Kinagat dito si Wise. Wise, meron ba siyang traceless? Nastan siya dito. Nag-traceless siya Crimson Dragon.
Wow.
Pero nandun ang idol ng mga kids. Few with the dispersion at napitas si Wise. Hindi naman siya tatawaging Few kung hindi siya tumitira ng mga bala. Few. Pero Iyaknu. The Kingslayer, nasa gilid, nasa likod, sumubok dito mag-outplay, pero apat ang natitirang members ng Bren Esports at mukhang sa Bren pa din yung laban na naganap.
Totoo yan. And even Carl TC is not just joining him right now dito sa may bandang Lord. Going back doon sa nangyari doon, napakagaling, napakatalino na ginawa doon ni Fium. Ang tinipin niya lang doon was Flap TZ. Dahil alam niya, pag nakas na yung Black Dragon, madidisrupt na, magkakagulo ang Onic, and that's the time they attack.
Napakainit na laban na to, Rob. Nako! Hindi ka pa nga tapos mag-explain, gera na ng gera. Itong dalawang players natin, dalawang teams natin na to. And yes, tama ka. Wise lang talaga yung target dito ni Few. Pero sino makakuha ng Lord? Walang iba kundi si Carl Dizzy. At mayroon pang pag-taunt ng Go Onic. Here we go,
yung ano.
Jay. Mukhang mag-aarakiri na lang. Bren Esports is
Onic.
now
Kinuha ng Bren.
leading
Oo. Actually,
by 4K.
Jay should have killed himself dito kasi wala na rin naman ng tsanta kasi the time on this day, timer is already running. Kumbaga, dapat
Tore na lang siya.
Exactly. Kasi the moment na nagpapatagal ka doon, but mamaya na siguro yun, Kuya Manjin, let instant replay tayo dito. Ito yung ginawa ni Few na tinipi niya doon, dinispersion niya sa diversion rather doon sa likod ng Onic PH was a very intelligent play coming from Few and Flap TZ as well.
This is an intense fight. I can therefore say, Rob Luna, na yung pinoint out mo dito na characteristics for
Look at that. Jay is not yet alive.
Oo.
That is because nakikipagtipihan siya, nakikipagstikeran siya kanina.
Siguro kung nagpakamatay siya doon, kanina pa buhay.
Yes.
No, pero I think ginawa niya rin kasi alam niya na nawala na siyang choice. Nawala na rin sa mindset.
Yes,
siguro.
possibly.
Pero tignan natin, kagat mula kay Dlar dito. Tignan natin, ito na ba yung huling mura ng side ng Bren Esports. Few trying his best to survive this one as Jay is also falling down. Dlar as well running for his life. Dragon Souls coming in. Every single bit of damage output ay nasa side pa rin ng Bren Esports at wala nang pakialam sa nararamdaman ninyo si Carl TZ.
Exactly. What I think about is the mindset of Onic right now is this is already a game to lose. They're not fighting to win eh. Kumbaga, they're just defending and probably baka makakuha sila ng pick-off. Pero they are very down on this specific game. Kumbaga, lumampas na yung winning condition nila and the only thing na pwede pa nilang ipanalo if magkamali dito ang Bren Esport and most specifically si Carl DZ.
Tignan natin dito kung totoo nga bang Onic Magic. Carl DZ dito with Tempest of Blades. Ang unang mawawala ngayon ay si Iakno. Dlar sumusubok kumagat pero wala siyang mapapala dahil halos lahat ng damage pa rin ay nasa side ng Bren at mukhang kukunin nila dito lahat ng mga towers. Wise, Bloods, Bren, disciplined enough to go back. Lusty, hindi na rin nila mapatumba, Rob Luna.
Yes.
I think it's over.
I guess it is.
Tingnan
Dahil
natin.
dito, Dilar dito, yes, makunat dito ang Barats, pero look at that. Pasok pa naman sila, mukhang makakapatay pa yata. Onyx,
Tingnan natin. Pero walang follow-up and this
Oo.
is what you get if you have a Rafaela in your lineup.
Yes.
Pag hindi nyo
Bitin
natapos
na.
yung game ng maaga,
Bitin na talaga dito yung damage or rather the offense na pwedeng ibato ng Onic. I think kahit ibato nila lahat yung skill nila dito against Bren Esports. Yes, probably si Few mawala. Siya yung pinaka-squishy for Bren. But the rest of Bren Esports could just definitely dish out damage. Saka pwede mo nang i-single out eh. Yung mga pwede mong patayin dito sa Onic eh. Number 1, si Wise. Number 2, si Oh My Venus. After that, everything is just to stay.
No? Kaya na eh, no? Parang sabi ni Carl TZ, o sige, handa mo na, piliin ko na lang. Ganun na nangyayari. And yes,
Hirap
I
talaga
agree
pag
with
may
you, Rob.
Rafael.
Ginawa ng Bren yung best nila para mapatagal yung laban hanggang todo, hanggang umabot sa point na ganito. Wala
Look at
nang
Carl.
mapatay ang Onic. Look at Carl. Nako, napaka-confident ng
Ganun.
bata mo.
Totoo yun. Look at how confident he is. That was 5 members na tatalunan mo sa
Pero kung ako
likod
yung
with a
Rafaela,
Tempest
dyan
of
panalo
Blade.
yun.
Pero si Jay dito yung nawala.
Hindi ganoon kadali yun. Madaling makita, madaling sabihin, pero ang hirap gawin. Makakapatay pa rin ang Onic dito. Let's see. Totoo ba, Mahika? Do you believe in magic? In Onyx heart. Nandito ngayon si Iakno. Sumubok. Palag daw. Laban daw. Pero pulado siya. Carl TZ. Inatakan na naman si Wise. Kinagat dito si Carl TZ. Pero na-dodge. Paano mo ako kakagatin kung nasa area ko? Pero pulado pa rin siya dito. Mountain Shakurino. Op! Carl TZ is alive.
Dito lumalabas ngayon, Manjin. This is something Carl TC specialty, lalo na pag lumalabas sila. Medyo nagiging ano na siya, overconfident. Yes, they are on the winning side. Pero if you're gonna be jumping into 5 members of Onic PH, kung na-pick up siya doon, this might be a free lord for Onic. And they don't want to give it to Onic right now. May chance pa rin to.
Always remember na magaling ang Onic pagdating sa team fights. Pero si Dar maging target dito. Dito on as welcome. Kinagat. Pero sabi ni Doc Ribo, tama na! Diabetic ka na! Sabi ni Doc Ribo, ito na ang reseta! The doctor is in! At galit na siya! Doc Ribo Naku po! Ay! Slam dunk! Huli ata dito si Dlar. Pero actually mabubuhay siya habang sina Iyakno depensa pa din. Pero Rob, 38 seconds down for the
Game 1
count.
pa lang yan.
Si Wise at si Dlar.
Yes, this is definitely gonna be a lord for the side of Bren Esports. I don't think na meron dito sa tatlong members ng Onic na magsusubok na mag-steal dito. Pero still, Bren Esports, this is a game to lose para sa kanila, pero hindi nila pwedeng basta-bastahin dito ang Onic PH. They do have still here their winning condition if they could be able to pull off a miracle play na mawala nila dito si Carl TC. The only ones gonna do damage for Bren is Flap TC and Rebo. Aside from that, pwedeng i-hold eh. Those damage kasi medyo ano na siya eh, sustain eh. Like yung continuous na Stardust Dance dito ni Rebo, the Flap TC sa Dragon Tail and tuloy-tuloy na mga skills niya. Pero if Onic PH could be able to micro that one, meron silang Rafaela pa rin naman dito to out-sustain. Malay mo, diba? Baka sila pa yung makabawi.
Nasa micro na, nasa galawan na, pero here comes the diversion. View mula sa likod, idol na mga kids. Let's see, nandito na rin. The Doctor is in. Nasa loob na sila ngayon ng base, ng side, ng Onic, PH, Rebo as well. Dlar, napakakunat. Tatlo lang ang kanyang, tatlo ang bars ng kanyang HP points dito. Puro go Onic ang sinasabi ng Bren.
I think they are not fully committing dito. Kasi si Carl TC dito, we're just farming on the top lane.
Yes, pero eto na pala ang totoong laban, Rob Luna. Pulado na dito si Dlar. Here comes the Black Dragon once again. Flicker out para kay Jay. Habang nandito si Iyakno. Nako, kasamlip. Pero Winter Trunch yan. Para kay Pew. Walang namatay. Dito sa laban na ito. Joke lang pala dahil godlike na din. Si Doc Rebo. Go, Onic. I think, Rob, pwede na natin ilista. Pero may Mountain Shower. Wait a minute, kaping mainit. Hindi pa pala tapos ang gera. Onic PH, sumusubok pa rin. Pero I think, wala na. Kahit ano pa kahit ano pang sabihin natin, ang hirap. Nasaan ang damage ngayon ng Onic? Wala. Bren Esports, nagkakabatuan. Maasim ba ang Bren dito? Nakapatay ang Onic. Naku po, nagilidata ang Bren. Pero joke lang yon. Joke, 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 joke. Few and Lusty will fall, pero nagso-survive pa din ang Onic PH.
Yes, definitely surviving, pero this is still a Bren Esports game.
Tapos,
look at Carl TC going in, very confident.
Ilista mo na
Panangalo
sa banga.
Mukhang yun na nga.
Bren,
ang paglista ng Bren Esports dito sa unang laban nila against Onic PH.
1-0.
Bren Esports taking game number 1. Napakalupit.
Yes. What dominant performance, to be honest. Kita natin kung kung gaano ko persistent doon si Jay, specifically on the early game. Nakakakuha siya ng mga buffs ni Carl TZ, nadidisrupt niya. Pero yun nga lang kasi, hindi rin, kinulang din sila ng damage. There are a few, isipin mo halos lahat yata ng turtle, if not all, I think dalawa doon sa turtle nakuha dito ng Onic PH, but still yung yung pag-hold dito ng Bren Esports kasi alam nila yung winning condition nila they definitely gonna win on the late game. The only thing nga lang na pwede na sila matalo that time is that pag naging overconfident si Carl TC and pumasok siya, suddenly na pick off siya, probably baka maka-come back, pero there are a lot of damage pa rin naman coming from them. There is Esmeralda, nandun pa rin yung Yuzhong. Kumbaga, sobrang dami na ng damage na ibabato at hindi na kayang i-heal lahat yon ni Oh My Venus.
At dito pumapasok yung drafting prowess ng Bren Esports na they know na mag-greedy hindi na mag-greedy, mag-early game lineup, early game centric lineup itong team ng Onic PH.
Yes.
At sabi nila, sige, early game, hold lang natin yung early game tapos i-late game natin. Wow, what a series, ladies and gentlemen. Atin mo nang iba to sa ating kaibigang analyst na si Wolf.
Woo! Game 1 pa lang, malupit na ang banatan. Maraming salamat sa mga casters natin. My name is Wolf, your resident analyst
subscribe nga kayo sa mga
nanay at tatay ninyo. We're going to be talking about Game 1 of this best of 5 series between Bren Esports and the Onic PH. Tingnan muna natin ang draft at ang mga heroes na napili ng ating pare sa teams. I was actually looking at the draft and na-feel ko na even. It was even. In a way na comfort picks para sa Onic, comfort picks para sa Bren. But I think ang pinaka naging problema ng Onic PH is yung fact na kanilang damage output ay parang nang kinukulang sa late game. The scaling is not there against the sustained-based lineup of Bren Esports. If you're looking at Esmeralda, Yuzong, Khalid, Makukunat, sustainable. Well, there were Sea Halberds picked up by Onic. Pero if you look, the grander scheme of things, wala silang way para mag-deal ng malaking true damage agad ng mga Flap TZ is my own personal bet for the MVP, although I'm not entirely sure who will be the MVP this time. Pero kung hindi dahil sa kanya, hindi makakaraos ang Bren Esports sa early and sa mid game. Kung paano niya kinontrol itong Yuzong, tamang main maxing ng specific hero na to para di siya mamatay. Onic PH, nakakuha sila ng tatlong turtle or dalawang turtle na nakaw pa laban sa Bren Esports. Pero eventually kasi doon din sila nadali. Kahit pa nananalo sila sa fight na yon, so nakakuha nila yung turtle, they don't necessarily win in terms of economy. Kasi kung mamamansin mo, after a few seconds, nakahilap na agad yung mga members ng Bren. And I think the best play we will see later, eto na yata yun, they went, hindi pa ito yun. But we will see something like that, na gagamitin nila yung diversion ultimate ng isang Louis for that dragon form. And nakita natin dito yung Onic PH, nanalo naman sila ng clashes, but they cannot stop the Carl TZ Ling. At nakikita natin ngayon, etong dragon form from the Yuzong, sobrang ganda kasi, they came from this spot. Because kung nakita nyo sa inyong minimap, nandito yung Louis. And you're thinking, bakit hindi sinama yung kahit sino doon? Medyo hula. Kasi alam ng Bren Esports na pwede sila maglagay ng isang Yuzong doon sa backlines kahit ilan pa yung nandyan dahil alam nilang hindi siya mamamatay agad. That's how confident they are. And that's the nature of the hero. Ngayon, dahil meron silang extra information, isa sa mga keys to victory natin for Bren Esports is controlling the Vision War, di ba? And this particular play from Bren Esports really showed what Bren Esports can do. Kahit pa sobrang lakas ang kalaban nila. So, little by little explain natin, tineleport nila using the diversion, etong dragon, kasi nga makuna at hindi mamamatay, nakita niya tatlo yung members nandun, particularly nakita niya si Wise. Sabi ng Onic PH, okay, mag-back tayo, merong dragon, nakakatakot yan. I think that's a natural decision and it's correct. Sabi naman ng Bren Esports, uy, alam na natin kung nasan Yi Sun-shin, punta na agad. And that's exactly what they did after. Chase from Bren Esports, definitely destroying Onic PH. Kasi nagkagulatan, kahit gaano kakalupit bilang isang Yi Sun-shin, kahit ikaw ang Yi Sun-shin God ng Pilipinas, you cannot survive this play because Bren Esports ang ganda ng pag-checkmate nila. Nagkakaroon ng balitan ng mga plays from both teams for Bren Esports and Onic PH, but it always favored Bren Esports in the end. Onic PH gave out their heart. Ganda ng mga plays ni Delar. Iyakno was trying his best. And even Wise, after that play, bihira na siya mahuli. Unfortunately, dahil focused para sa pag-survive si Wise, bigla na wala ng damage output ang side ng Onic PH. MVP of the game. Let's flap TZ. And I know that anybody who watched that enough, that game, hindi ito magiging successful para sa Bren Esports kundi dahil dito. 3-4-11, not the best stats in the world, but game-winning plays coming up from Flap TZ and the rest of Bren Esports. Kaya naman nanalo sila sa Game 1 ng Best of 5 na to. Mga kaibigan, that's just game number 1, however. We've seen Onic PH struggle before. So far, I think Bren Esports ay nananalo palagi sa Onic PH in MPL Season 6. Will Bren Esports get the 2-0 or makapag 1-1 pa ba ang Onic PH? We'll find out. But if you want to show your support para sa Bren Esports squad, do scan this QR code. Maganda ka nyo ng trajectory. Kung gusto naman ng all for Onic or #Onic Magic, pick it up dito sa support, dito sa QR code na to. Just scan it out and show your support for the teams. Hindi lang naman sa teams ang gusto natin matulungan. Of course, the whole of MPL-PH scene sa ating tulungan. So if you want to support it, scan this QR code as well or like and follow the page fb.com/MPL-PH official. Also, we would like to hear from you guys. Kung meron kayong mga opinion, it's better if we get it through this QR code as well. We have 2 sets of QR codes for your surveys and sana makikooperate kayo lahat. Makakatulong po yan na malaki para sa eksena ng Mobile Legends in the Philippines. Siyempre, para mag-give back sa inyo sa mga nagstay para dito sa analysis na to. Don't worry, every time that there's an analysis segment with me in here, ako bahala sa giveaway codes nyo. We still have 3 giveaway codes every single game, every after game. And I do hope na sasamahan nyo ako ngayon na aralin yung mga games natin na susunod. Like I said, this is just game 1 of a best of 5 series. Madami pa tayong makikita. And I'm sure that Onic PH, hindi sila magpapabawi. Then again, Bren Esports, mas gusto nilang manalo ng sunod-sunod. And I'm sure na hindi sila magdadalawang isip na mag-bully or maging aggressive laban sa Onic PH. I'm excited to see that for sure. My name is Wolf, your analyst. Ibabalik na natin sa mga casters.
Maraming salamat sa napakalupit na analysis mula sa kaibigan nating si Wolf. Pero Onic PH, I talked to them and they said na sanay naman pala sila ng Game 1. Pero kasi ang Bren, sanay din ng Game 1. Game 1 na panalo.
Sa kanila nga nagmula yung katagang the download game.
The download game.
Diba?
So parang, hindi mo masasabi kasi ang hirap Parang tabla yung laban, Rob Luna, pero yung momentum kasi dyan yan Dyan yan nabibase Diba? Parang, how can Onic reset to that? Kasi Bren, for sure, pinagpawisan sila nung game na yun.
Totoo yan.
Imposibleng, hindi sila nagyabang after nung nakita natin yung camera, hindi sila nag-flex
Saka I think they were really respecting din the skills dito ng Onic PH. Yes, they did take game number 1, pero as we've said, this is only one part of the ace dito ng Onic PH and we're about to see ano pa ba yung mga naitagong strategy na hindi natin nakita kahapon, hindi natin nakita yung kanina kasi that was something we've seen before Though the Barats was only been used during the regular season, pero the YSS-wise, ito kasi yung nagiging successful nila
ng Onic no? Pero again, yung Bren, kakaibang level mag-draft. And tingnan mo, pinapanood na rin nila. Guys, by the way, kaklaro lang natin, Rob
Yan ang maganda.
Kaklaro lang natin para sa mga bago nating manonood. Matagal ang delay ng stream. At it doesn't matter kung nanonood sila ngayon yan kasi wala ring magagawa yan sa game nila.
Totoo.
Diba?
The time na nakikita nyo yan ngayon in your screen, nagkakas na kami on real time.
Yes.
Ganon kalayo yung gap niyan. And not only that, they are, pwede naman, kasi they have their own league ops
Yes.
Kumbaga may nakabantay sa bawat bootcamp ng mga team. Not necessarily nandun personally, pero may nakikinig sa kanila ng mga marshals natin dito sa MPL.
Yes, and syempre, sasabihin ng mga marshals kung disqualified na sila.
So, saka kung may ginagawa silang hindi pwede.
Totoo. So, to clarify, walang dayaan na nagaganap. Okay? Sa lahat ng mga bagong manonood, bago lang sa MPL, na pwede ba manood yan? Hindi, bawal, daya yan. Tipirin nyo na lang po yung mga brain cells nyo.
Yes.
Tipirin nyo na lang po yung mga blood cells nyo dahil sayang lang yung letters ng pag-comment ninyo ng ganon. Okay?
Exactly.
So, wala.
Saka
walang dayaan.
Come to think of it, Mobile Legends is a game, a fast-paced game. Kumbaga, kahit sabihin mo nga na na sisilipin mo yun doon sa tabi mo, yung 5-10 seconds, malaking bagay na yun baka yung from mid, nakapunta ka na ng top. Or baka nakauwi ka na, nakabalik ka sa lane mo. Sobrang, yung bawat segundo, sobrang bilis lang sa isang laro ng Mobile Legends. So, I think this is one of the games na hindi mo pwedeng. Kumbaga, ang term niyan sa mga computeran is comsat
Walang comsat.
Walang comsatan.
Ang hirap. Siguro pag pag walang delay, siguro GG, may delay.
May delay.
So eto na nga.
So prepared din kasi talaga tayo para sa mga ganyan na scenario.
By the way, interesting yung jacket ng Bren, no? May number.
Oo nga.
Yung jersey nila, no?
24 si
Flap.
si Flap ay 24.
Si Lasty 5
okay.
Ang galing, no? Pero actually, itong Onic, maganda rin yung jacket.
Oo.
Gana din. Parang parang yung parang isa sa mga sponsors natin medyo kakulay nung sa jacket ng Onic. 'Di ba? But Realme.
Yes, Realme. Hindi, 24 si
24
si Carl.
Si Carl.
Kobe.
16 si
Sino ba
Flap.
16?
Flap.
Baka edad niya yan.
Pwede.
Tama ba ako?
Pwede. Or magic number.
Oo. Si naman kay Kuya Lasty?
5 kay Lasty.
Oo. Ano kaya itong kay Kuya Ribo?
2 ang kay Ribo. Aba!
Oo.
Parang kay Ribo. Kay Ribo ata ang anniversary
pala dito sa Kasi sa nakita ko kanina sa mga post ng mga kaibigan natin sa Bren, sabi nila kay Kuya Bataanon kay Kuya Hayes kitain nyo kami.
Si Ribo talaga, no? Pag nagsalita, talagang rekta walang no holds barred eh.
No holds barred, oo.
Oo, at saka sabi niya, kita-kits tayo dyan. Bataanon, parang na-miss niya ata yung dati niyang teammate.
Oo naman.
Nako po.
The original yun eh. The
The
OGs.
OGs.
Oh, the OGs.
At mukhang nagre-relax lang ang dalawang teams natin dito. Bren is confident going into game number 2. Meanwhile, you can see the faces of Onic PH na parang yung Onic eh. Parang ito yung kailangan natin gawin. Kailangan natin ito i-adjust. Parang ganun yung nangyari eh.
Oo. And I really excited kung anong klaseng reset ang gagawin dito ng Onic PH. They don't want to give Bren the upper hand like 2-0 on the start of a series kasi it's gonna be hard. It might be the first natin na makita if ever that happens na makomeback ng Onic like for a clean sweep. That's gonna be the first for them. Pero I don't think they want to be in that position.
Oo nga eh. Parang okay lang kay talo game 1, wag lang talo game 2.
Yep.
Kasi delix eh. Parang kung mag 1-1 or mag 2-1, okay ka pa.
Yes.
Basta wag lang 2-0. Yun ang magandang mindset dyan. Yun ang kailangan mong ma-force sa sarili mo. Kailangan ng i-channel ng Onic dito. Kasi again, yung Bren ever since nung pumasok sila nung day 1, sobrang confident eh. Parang, sige, kaya namin yan. Palag tayo dyan. Rob, napaganon ka?
Napaganon ako dahil kahapon naaalala ko, isa sa mga winning conditions na nilagay ng ating mga panelists from Onic PH, or rather NXP, is that i-force si Wise, or rather i-force si Carl TC sa YSS. And binan dito yung dalawang dominant hero na assassin ni Carl TC, which is Lancelot and the Ling. Of course, few no-brainer. Kailangan mo talagang tanggalin yung hero na yan kung ayaw yung sumakit ang ulo nyo. Meanwhile naman for Bren, they don't wanna face another Barats dito.
Ayaw na.
Dilar.
Nakita na nila yung capabilities. Mukhang side lane bans.
Oo eh. Tapos ito...
Ang pinaprayo dito ng Bren ha?
Yes. To be honest, it's one of the pillars din talaga ng Onic PH are their two side lane. Napaka-consistent. Yakno and Dilar. The only one that you have to work on. Pag kasi natanggalan mo, kumbaga, how Onic PH crumbles if this two side lane won't perform.
Oo. Parang, tinanggalan, yung kasi, yung sa Onic, kumbaga sa ball test 5, Sidlar at Iyakno yung paa eh. Parang, lagi eh, no? Lagi. Totoo naman eh.
Hindi. Gusto ko sanang tanungin sino si Big Bird.
Sino si Big Bird? Pwede naman si Jay.
Yun siya yung gusto ko isipin.
Pwede naman. Parang, kasi pag pinilayan mo yung paa ni Voltes 5, nahihirapan na siyang gumere. Nahihirapan siya makipaglaban eh.
Yes, well, it gives naman din for the whole team, regardless anong part ang mawala sa'yo sa rob ay sa formation nyo, it's still
lugi, no?
Kumbaga mapipilayan at mapipilayan talaga kayo. Now, here, Onic PH, nakita nila dito kung ano yung nagiging target ng Bren. They don't want na maipitan ng mga side lane ng mga heroes dito. Meanwhile, Bren, mukhang ang nangyayari ngayon sa draft natin is napaprioritize yung mga pang side lane.
Pa-side lane matchup.
Nakakuha sila ng isa, Khalid, pero ang kapalit naman, it's the Tamus and the Esmeralda.
I agree with you, Rob. Priority on the side lanes para sa dalawang teams. Nakita natin dito ang win rates ng dalawang players natin on Ribo. Si Ribo din eh, no? Kanina.
Oo.
Esmeralda na naman ata ulit. This is like the same trend for Bren Esports, but
I like
there
this.
you go, back siya pick. Counter to the Esmeralda, Rob Luna.
I like this. I like this for the side of Onic PH. Pero is this the first time na nagharit ulit si Carl TC on MPL?
Matagal natin hindi nakita
Oo,
to. Baka makita natin dyan sa mga lalabas mamaya. Kung first time ba ni Carl TC to. I think not. I think nagamit niya na rin to one time. Or baka nga first time.
I was thinking of first. The only ones na nakikita ko dito the whole MPL Season 6 was Drix from BSB.
Na naghaharit.
Naghaharit and Hate from Execration. Aside from that, wala na ako masyado maalala.
So, yeah. This is a surprise pick right now for Bren Esports.
Pero alam naman natin, a Harit is a very buff-dependent na hero.
Yes. At
Oo,
kapag
pero ang maganda doon for the side of Bren, they know that the heroes of Onic PH are not capable or not really not capable. Kumbaga, hindi mo pipiliin na mang-invade.
Yeah.
And that's one good reason why you pick the Harit.
At pwede kang yan, first time nga.
Yeah.
First time nga. Na ginamit ngayon.
I'm paying attention sa MPL.
Na ginamit ngayon ni Carl TZ itong Harit. And I agree with you. Actually, Carl TZ, isa siya sa mga ano talaga, isa siya sa mga players talaga na alam niya kung kailan ipa-prioritize yung buff.
Totoo yan.
Alam niya kung kailan hindi muna magba-buff. So ngayon with the Harit, paano lalaruin ng Bren ngayon yung buff takes? For sure, pagpaplanuhan nila na maayos to kasi they revolve around Carl TZ. And now, ngayon lang natin makikita ulit ang Kufra
Ni Lasty. Totoo. Pero ako, gusto ko makita rito ang ano ni Oh My Venus. Farsa niya.
Ilabas na.
I wanna see a Farsa. I want to see something mage dito for them na magdi-deal ng dami. I don't wanna see the healing meta for this game for Oh My Venus. It didn't work sa kanila kanina. They have to be the one to set the tempo. Sila ang maging offensive. That's one thing to go against Bren Esports right now.
Oo nga. Parang kailangan na ni The Queen ng mga damage supports no?
Yes,
Parang
yes. I was thinking for
tama na
for
yung mga healing galing
for Ayudore. Kaso
Ayan na. Tama ang prediction mo dito, Rob.
This is one of the heroes na hinahangaan ko to Oh My Venus whenever he uses the Farsa. Kahapon, nakita natin, may mga Yuzhong na nakakalaban siya pero hindi siya basta-bastang mapasok sa likod. It's almost the same thing na ginawa ni Toshi on the earlier game. Halos ganun din pumosisyon dito si Oh My Venus. And I guess this lineup, both of the teams, nakita na naman natin dito, second time around, the Kadita with the Petrify for a few. Ang ganda ng laban na to. Ang ganda ng draft ng bawat isa.
Ang ganda ng draft ng bawat isa, pero I think the Kadita is going to be wonderful para dito sa side ng Bren. Bakit? Ang daling mahuli ng Farsa. Ang daling mahuli ng Khalid. Easy talon Easy Breath of the Ocean.
Yes.
As easy Rap Waves.
Totoo.
Hindi mo pa mapapatay yung Kadita agad. Bakit? Yung passive kasi ng Kadita dito, yung talagang magugulat ka Pag nagagamit mo ng tama, yung heal from the passive, I forgot what it's called. Medyo ang hirap sabihin. Pili ko, alam mo parang, mamaya malalaman natin.
Yung bumabalik yung buhay ng Kadita. Yes.
Yun yung nakaka-outplay
Exactly. Pero, something to note for the Onic PH draft dito, they don't really need to kill the Kadita. They want Haharit. There are a lot of there have a lot on their arsenal dito. You can do the Lycan Pounce, diretso ka kagad, hindi ka matatakbuhan ng mga dash, the chrono dashes dito ni Carl TC. Nandito ang Natalia to silence the Harit. And from this moment, pag nawala dito yung Harit, medyo magka-crumble talaga dito ang buong draft ng Bren Esports.
Yeah. Sobrang dependent kay Harit. And Rob Luna, naalala ko na, it is the Thalassophobia.
Oo. Hindi ko na rin siya alam.
Oo, kasi ang hirap sabihin.
Thalassophobia.
Ang hirap kasi sabihin.
Para sa isang passive, Thalassophobia.
Oo. Pero eto na. Sabi ni Jay dito, easy lang kayo Kuya Manjin. Alam mo naman ako, Natalia actually, hindi natin na-consider. Itong Natalia pick ni Jay na mandi-disrupt ng jungle ng Bren Esports.
Oo, at kung aalala natin, this is only isa sa mga ban ng Bren kanina.
The Natalia, ayaw nila kalaban yan. There you go, Rap Waves. Joke lang, Ocean's Oddity pala.
Yes.
With the Breath of the Ocean combo.
Good start.
Mula dito kay Few.
Totoo yan. Very good start. Pero what's good is that on October 27 hanggang November 13, pwede kayong mag-log in sa inyong game and participate in the Tricksters Village event and get Halloween candies for treasure spin. Each spin will cost 4 Halloween candies and you get up to 7 each day from completing the task. Makukuha mo ang Terisla Special Skin na Hammer Giant guaranteed sa 10 spin and you don't wanna miss this out.
At totoo nga dyan. Meanwhile, makakuha ng isang pitas ang Onic habang yung buff ay nandito pa rin sa side ni Carl TZ and with, of course,
ganun kakunat yun?
Kakunat yun. Ang tagal mawala nun. Revitalize lang.
Ang daming dash na nakita ko doon. From the chrono dash, may dash ni Jay, pero dito si Few yata yung maiiwan. He might die for the Lycan Pounce.
Chrono dash, double dash, triple dash.
Oo.
At ilang dash yun?
Dasheries.
Dasheries. Dito si Carl TZ, ibig sabihin, alam ni Iyakno na pwede siyang maging ganun kaunat
Totoo
sa laban.
Given na hindi pa nga siya, I think he only has the top boots as of this moment. Paano kung meron ng Athena Shield yan? Diba?
Oo.
Paano kung may Oracle pa yan? Yung mga ganong klase ng item. And kung take note, Kuya Manjin, the damage na binabato ng Bren Esports is dominantly puro mage.
Correct.
Puro magical damage.
So, talagang mag-ano ka lang, ma-magic defensive item, magic resistant items ka lang. So, pwede i-build agad yon ng early game ng Onic, and then they will take it.
Totoo yan. And same thing with the Khalid Usually kasi the Khalid just go for the Bloodlust Axe and sunod agad, Oracle na agad.
Oo.
Kumbaga, yung mga itemization dito for the Onyx is gonna be easier. Kasi just M-Def lang ang talagang katapat. Look at Jay.
Okay, confident si Jay dito. Carl TZ once again, dashing through the snow. With a one-horse open,
Slay.
Yun, pinatapos ko lang sa'yo. Meanwhile, sabi ni The Queen dito, not in my house. Sabi niya kay Pew, umalis ka dito, girl! Gumanon siya.
Totoo yun. May sabunot na katapat.
Sabunot pa na katapat.
Pero ang maganda kasi doon, yes, Jay is dying twice into this game, pero the vision is actually providing dito for Onic. Yun yung pinakamahalaga. Pero mas mahalaga, nakuha pa nila yung
Nakuha ni Carl TZ?
No, nakuha yun ng Onic.
Practice lang.
Ni Wise.
Oo, si Wise pala. At mukhang napipilitan si Carl TZ dito, Rob Luna, na gumera ng gumera.
Totoo
Parang
yan.
ayaw niya ng downtime.
Exactly.
Yung Harit niya,
The Harit here, mahirap i-utilize yung Harit dito sa lineup nito ng Onic PH. Yes, kahit sabihin na natin, kailangan nila na mag-snowball literal dito si Carl TC. Pero that's not gonna happen. We're already past the laning phase, or rather kung saan yung may energy shield at nagkaka-item dito. Ang hirap ngayong pasukin. Kasi in theory, yung Harit dito, what he actually wants to do, Zaman Force, go inside, kill Oh My Venus. Pero kasi nandito si Wise, ang daming mga bagay na pwedeng kumancel sa kanya, lalong-lalo na yung silence pa ng Natalia.
Hindi ka basta-basta makakapag-Zaman Force kasi may ultimate ng back siya. Yun nga, sinabi mo, nandyan din si Wise. Pwede pa siyang targetin dito ng ultimate ng Parsa. So, Onic PH, confident sila ngayon sa laban. Pinagpapawisan na naman yung Bren
Oo.
Usually, pag ganitong sitwasyon, nakikita natin yung Bren, rekta basag na tong tore. Ngayon, hindi.
Ang ganda ng pagkakaipit sa draft dito ng Onic PH. Tinanggalan nila dito ng mga assassin si Carl TC. This might actually get exploited. If Onic PH win this game, there is something.
Nang init.
Oo. Kumbaga, pag tinanggal mo yung dalawang assassin, medyo nag-iiba ang dynamic ng Bren Esports.
At siya mukhang naglabas ang Bren dito ng isa sa mga alas nila. Itong Harit pick.
Totoo.
Parang matagal din nila nire-reserve siguro ito.
Exactly. Kaso nga lang kasi, yung Harit kasi, aside from a buff-dependent na hero, ito yung hero na nagsusnowball whenever you get turrets using your Zaman Force. You don't necessarily need the kills, but you need to control the map. You need to get the towers. Pero this is already 5 minutes already into the mid-game. Hanggang ngayon, wala pang nababasag dito ang Bren.
Parehas na walang nababasag, Grob. Pero I think mas pumapabor yan sa Onic PH. Eto na naman, rough waves, Dlar. Pero sabi ni Dlar, luluhudan lang kita. Grabe naman. Rebo, pumasok din ngayon. Lasty, gusto mag-set up. Nandito na ang Child Prodigy. Pero makakapatay pa rin si Wise dito. Wise, siyang unang target dito ng Synchro Vision dito ni Carl TZ. As Carl TZ will get away with Thievery. Makakuha pa siya ngayon ng kill as Black TZ will also push the bottom lane.
Galing ng pag-target ni Carl TZ. He actually went towards, sobrang daming hero doon. Talagang single target niya doon si Wise, even under the brushes.
Oh, what was that? Oh My Venus actually getting one. As si Carl TZ ata ang delikado dito.
Lusty.
Walang Zaman Force. Lusty, mabebelo. Pero Black TZ nandito din. Gusto niyang ulihin si The Queen. The Queen, tumatakbo. The Queen, lumipad nabuhay pa.
Wow, that was a very timing din na may Purify pa siya doon, and as well with the wings by wings. Pero looks like Bren Esports, medyo nakukuha nila yung vibe nila dito going into the mid game.
Confident sila dito sa mid. Zaman Force na naman. Iyakno ang natira. At mukhang Iyakno 1-on-1 sa 4. Hindi pwede yon. Kaya nga, hindi siya nagtagal doon. Mega kill para kay Carl TZ.
Yes.
Now,
Rob, Bren Esports, still, I think they were the one to set the tempo dito, mga kaibigan.
Rob, sobrang daming nangyayari sa laban natin. And I think, Bren, like sinabi mo, Paulit-ulit at tinutuloy-tuloy lang yung laban. Carl TZ buhay pa din. Unstoppable na. Paano mo mahuhuli ang malikot na batang ito?
Oh my.
Ang likot-likot.
Oo, ang likot. Kumbaga yes, Carl TC dito, pero I think isa sa nagiging factor dito for the side of Bren was definitely Lusty and as well with Few. Yes, hindi nakakakuha ng kill dito si Few, pero the way the Breath of the Ocean works, yung mga petrified niya dito, talaga nahihirapan. Even look at Yakno. Tankies dito yung Basha.
Oo.
Pero kasi kumbaga nata-target sila. Ang ganda ng focus fire dito ng Bren Esports into one single hero dito ng Onic.
Lagi, no? Lagi. At saka, Rob Luna, ito ang problema sa Breath of the Ocean eh. Minsan pag clash ka, yung tipong clash ka, magugulat ka na lang aangat ka eh.
Oo.
Di ba, minsan hindi mo agad parang split second na makakapag-prepare ka for the Breath of the Ocean.
Oo, pero si Lusty patay siya dito.
Okay.
Medyo nakitaan siya, Carl TZ.
Onic.
Kaya nilang patumbahin.
Onic. Masyado malikot si Carl TZ dito. Wala pang Zaman Force na lalabas. Ngayon lang nilabas. Habang si Jay, immune sa target ng tower. Black TZ nandito na sa panalikod. Hindi nila mahuli yung batang makulit. Yung batang maliit. Carl TZ, batang may laban. Buhay na buhay pa rin, Ro.
Oo, buhay na buhay. Looks like it's really paying off for Bren Esports dito for the Harith pick. Still, there might be a kill. Jay taking down.
Makuha sila ng kill pero ito talaga ang main target. Si Carl TZ. Glar, tinitiis na dito Synchrovision. Carl TZ, ops, teka, bulin mo ako. Never. Ewan ko na. Min, number 1, ito yung si Carl TZ. Yung tropa mong gusto mong laging kampe sa patintero.
Oo.
Kasi never natataya.
Never talaga. Kumbaga, sobrang bilis gumalaw. Pero talking about this Harith right now, look at the items. Calamity Reaper to the Holy Crystal. Now probably gonna go for, this might be a feather. It's gonna be a feather. Or
Blood Wings?
yes.
Or Feather of Heaven?
Feather of Heaven. Feather of Heaven. Or rather, was
Mamaya
thinking of the
malalaman natin.
Genius Wand. Was thinking of the Genius Wand pero malabo yata.
Malabo pero
inisip ko yung glowing kanina. But anyway, now, Onic PH dito. Yes, nakikita natin, godlike dito si Carl TC, Kuya Manjin. Pero look at the gold. This is less than 500. Or
hindi ganoon kalayo.
Hindi ganoon kalayo.
Ang problema lang ng Onic dito is si Carl TC talaga.
Yes, and
6-0 to eh.
if Carl TC, pick off siya dito, baka medyo mahirapan yung Bren, pero they are on the commanding lead. Pero baka si Wise pa nga ang mapitas.
Taya, sabi dito ni Carl TZ and Wise, Wolf Pumps dito. Masyado malalim si Lusty. As Carl TZ, dashing in, dashing out, dash in, dash out, dash in, dash out. Kung fu hustle ang galawan ngayon ni Carl TZ. Karate Kid pala. Oh my Venus, lumipat ng game. Pero sabi ng Bren, dito muna kami sa Torre, sa baba.
Yes. This might be, they might actually try dito na kunin yung Lord. Wow. Bren Esports showing who's the better team on this game. Makikita mo talaga yung team play nila dito. Nakuha pa ba yun ni Wise? That was.
Nakakuha si Wise ng kill.
Oo.
Pero still, ang problema, yung Harith eh.
Hindi nila ma-lockdown eh. That's the problem. Yes, they have this silence coming from the Natalia. Kaso wala silang direct crowd control. Pwede nilang i-silence din. Pagka nakalabas doon sa smoke, what else? Lycan Pounce, probably, pero it's not enough eh. Nagiging tanky din kasi dito yung Harith eh.
At saka kung papansinin mo, Rob, never umaalis si Carl TZ dito sa loob ng Zaman Force. Pag alam niyang overextension, hindi na siya dediretso. Laging ganon. Yes, unstoppable si Jay. Nakakuha dito yung Onic ng mga kills. Pero alam kasi ng Bren, sige, buhayin nyo lang yung Harith. We good.
Oo. Totoo yan.
Lang eh.
Pero we still haven't seen dito the full team fight potential dito ng Onic PH as they have their Oh My Venus to be able to defend for their side. So this, if anything goes down the wire, I guess depende pa rin eh. Depende kung sino ang unang makukuha. If Onic PH could be able to somehow get Carl TC out of the team fight first, they could potentially win from there. But if mawala naman dito si Wise or rather even Oh My Venus, I think hindi na ganon ka-factor doon yung Natalia eh. Pero ang pinakamahalaga ngayon dito na hindi mawala for Onic was Oh My Venus and Wise.
Eto talaga, kailangan. Ano yung tawag sa tandem nila pag nagsistream? V-Wise?
V-Wise, parang something like that.
Oo. Pasensya na sa mga fans.
Yes.
Kasi pero nakikita natin ang stream, of course, ni Oh My Venus.
Pero ito Lord, sinusubukan. This might be a fake, Lord. Tinitignan nila kung magre-react sa kanila dito ang Onic PH. Alam nila na pwede silang ma-scout out dito. And look at that, the Feather Airstrike has been used. Pero this might be a signal for Bren Esports na walang Feather Airstrike si Oh My Venus.
Bakante ng ilang segundo yung Feather Airstrike, even though mabilis ang cooldown yan. Alam ng Bren na wala, that's why kalahati kagad ang buhay dito ng Lord. Eto na, may Feather Airstrike na ulit. Iyakno, main target, Feather Airstrike sa loob ng Zaman Force! Doc! Rebo with a slam dunk and a dive! Katargetin dito, ngayon si Wise. At nako, napakagandang rough waves.
Oh
Doc
my!
or Rebo is in and cleaning house.
Napaghiwa-hiwalay nila dito yung members ng Onic PH just right under the bushes. Napilitan na maghiwalay doon si Wise and si Oh My Venus doon sa pag-dive in dito ng mga members ng Bren. Alam mo yung ginawa nila? Parang pinaangat lang nila doon yung Lord. Then nung papunta na sila doon sa may brushes, doon sa may gitna, they suddenly nagsaman for si Carl. Tapos from there, the rest is history. Kumbaga, napilitan mag-air wings by wings palayo doon sa kabilang pader. Si Oh My Venus. Oh my.
Tapusin na ng Bren ang laban. Bawal nang mag 1-1. Carl TZ with 0 deaths.
Wow.
Putting this one in the bag. Another victory para sa Bren Esports. 1 game away para sa Grand Finals ng MPL Season 6.
That's a very dominant game. The Harry, this was the first time na nakita natin dito for Carl TZ. Onic PH knows that they have to ban. Alam nila, Carl TZ, andyan na yan given na yan. This is a legendary player. Pero having him on an awkward hero and still performing like a god tier. What else? Sino ang dapat mo ngayong puntiryahin sa Bren Esports?
Sino? Sinong tatapat kay Carl? Yun ang tanong ko sa'yo, Ro.
Yun ang tanong. Pero there is something that Paolo said earlier, like the tricky one. Will they be able to utilize basic right now?
Ito na ba? Kailangan na bang...
Is this the
kailangan na bang
Mary
tumapat?
play?
Kailangan na bang tumapat? 1 game away. Onic PH. Hindi ko alam, Rob. Yun na ba talaga ang kailangan adjustment?
I'm not really sure, pero they have to do whatever it takes. This is one game away.
Nag-status na si Rebo. Sabi ni Rebo, magkikita kami ulit ni Hayes sa Grand Finals.
Nilista na.
Nilista na at napakahirap. Guys, kung kayo ay supporter ng Onic PH, itaas nyo na mga kamay ninyo. Pero Bren Esports, 1 game away. This is match point for Bren Esports. By the way, bago natin iba to, happy birthday muna kay Liana Tala, yung binabati ko Bone Clicks, MJ Rodrigo, at si Shinbu Ponferada na nanonood ngayon. Iba to na natin kay Wolf.
Maraming salamat sa ating mga casters. What a game number 2 para sa Bren Esports, and all it took was one big fight. Kitang-kita natin ang malupit na galawan ng idol ng mga kids, si Few. But then again, an overall effort from Bren Esports. Cortese was amazing. And my name is Wolf, your analyst, and we're going to be talking about game number 2 in just a bit. Mapapaisip ka sa lineup ng Onic PH, ang ganda sana ng unang 5. And Bren Esports, napuwersa sila ng Onic na mag-pick ng Harith. Well, we have not seen Cortese play the Harith, but we know kahit pa tumingin ka actually a few seasons back, sobrang lupit ng performance nitong si Cortese with the Harith, at hindi naman din nawala yung bigay na yun. I would say though, the biggest factor here para sa side ng Bren Esports was that last picked Kadita. Etong Kadita na to ay kukuha ng Petrify at makakuha ng free access to the backlines. Kung ang isang Natalia ay nakakapunta sa backlines dahil sa kanyang invisibility at sa kanyang execution potential, ang isang Kadita naman ay may free pass to any part of the backlines dahil sa kanyang rough waves. crowd control immune, at syempre sobrang deadly ng Petrify into rough waves or kung ano man ang combo niyang gagawin. At nakita natin yan many times in this game. Now, Baksha pick coming out from Onic-PH was good. Maganda siya laban sa double sustain lineup ng Bren Esports as well as Khalid. This first pick from Onic-PH. Alam naman natin na paborito din yan ng Onic-PH. Siguro, dito tayo nadalis dun sa last pick nga naman, nakadita ng Bren Esports. Now, Cartesi dealt so much damage. That's 62k. And if we're looking at the other members of Bren Esports, ganun din naman, malaki yung ambag nila. We want to look at Onic-PH. Ang ganda ng performance ni Wise on this Roger, but it's just that na-check siya ng kanyang mga kalaban. That's the nitty-gritty of things. But I think na mas maganda nating tignan ang mismong mga highlights ng ating laro. I wanna say, hindi ganun ka-importante yung mga initial na clashes. Kasi para sa Bren Esports, ang kailangan nilang lang gawin ay makapag-farm si Harith. That's exactly what they did. The fact that Onic-PH is always chasing Bren Esports, lagi sila naghahabol, lalong-lalo na kay Cartesi. Doon na nagulo yung plano ng Onic-PH. Parang dahil nga naman, lagi nilang hinahabol etong si Harith at hindi siya namamatay. Tulad nga na sinabi ng mga casters natin na parang eto yung paborito mong gameplay sa Paligera kasi hindi siya natataya. Well, you have to agree with that because Harith in this particular game did not die once, not even once. At yung Onic-PH masyado naghabol for that. You can see the highlights perhaps kung gaano kalaking epekto ng mga paghahabol na yon ng Onic-PH. Kasi na maganda ulit ang start ng Onic-PH, just like in game number 1. But come the mid-game, dun na lumalabas yung mga trade-off. Sabihin na nating nakakapatay ang Onic-PH, but not Harith. And you want to eliminate the Harith as much as possible para hindi siya makapag-farm. So, even when there are kills para sa Onic-PH, kahit nakapag-farm, yung mga supports din nila, hindi valuable yung mga nakakuha kills. Like this one, Wise was able to survive and get a kill onto one. Pero anong kapalit? His own life. Cartesi, he's safe. And this will happen over and over again. Kaya comfortable si Cartesi. Maraming beses nakamunti ka na si Cartesi. Pero nakakatakbo pa rin siya because of the nature of the hero. And the fact na protektado siya ng mga kuya niya sa Bren Esports. Cartesi was also amazing. And the Rebo Esmeralda, sobrang reliable. I want to say though, this is the play na talagang nahanap nila si Wise. As you can see, that play from few, kaya nila nahanap si Wise and it spelled the doom already of Onic-PH. Without the damage dealer ng Onic-PH, wala silang nagawa. And I think that come the next games, kung gustong makabawi ng Onic-PH, they have to save their Wise. Wise King, or kung ano man tawag nila kay Wise. But man, everybody else from Onic-PH is doing great individually. But this guy, few outdid them in that particular game. Napakagandang hanap doon sa huling-huling clash na nakita natin na stun niya agad.
Millions of gamers rage quit every day.
At nakontrol niya.
Game Fuel's got you covered. Game Fuel specially crafted with ingredients shown to improve accuracy and alert.
That this will go to a match point agad, 2-0. Very close game 1. Little bit close to game number 2. Let's see kung magtutuloy-tuloy na ang dominance ng Bren Esports. If you are here to support Bren Esports, maganda scan nyo na rin tong QR code na to show your love and support for the team. But if you are part of the other ones na gustong sumuporta naman sa Onic-PH at magpuwersa pa ng game 4, tapos siguro game number 5, well, scan this QR code. And syempre, gusto rin natin na ma-keep etong community natin sa MPL-PH. If you do want that to happen for more, naku po, visit nyo lang tong QR code na to and syempre fb.com/mplph.official. We'd also like to hear from you guys, so we would love it if you scan this QR code, answer the survey, pati na rin yung susunod na survey form natin dito so that we can get your feedback for MPL-PH. Mga kaibigan, this is such game number 2 of a best of 5. Hindi pa tapos ang karera ng Onic-PH, pero yung Bren Esports, ramdam na nila yung path nila pabalik sa Grand Finals. Dahil nag-stay ka dito ngayon na nanonood ka pa rin, itong para sa'yo isang giveaway code. Actually, 3 giveaway codes ang pinapamigay natin every time na natatapos ang ating mga laban. So kung gusto pa na mas marami pang giveaway codes, mukhang kailangan mo na sumuporta sa Onic-PH para mas marami pa tayong laro. But if you want this to end agad, nako, mukhang Bren Esports, they're on a good trajectory. The momentum is there, mukhang madami pa silang bala. And this is time for Bren Esports maybe reaching into the finals once again. Maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood. Marami pa tayong mapapanood. And Fortunately for us, bago pa tayo pumunta sa actual na winning moment, kung mati 3-0 man to, dahil nga nasa match point na, punta muna tayo doon sa malulupit nating analyst sa match point analysis segment natin. My name is Wolf, passing it back once again. Isa pang wild animal out there, Leo. What's up?
Thank you so much, Wolf. From one analyst to another, my name is Leo, also called a panel host, joined here by Chin and Paolo. I don't want to call you Chin Valdez anymore kasi hindi ko alam kung ano status ng last name mo eh. What did your dad say? What did Mr. Valdez say? Ginoong Valdez, tumawag ba? Nag-text? Kasi mukhang nagmamadali yung Bren eh.
Hindi na niya ako, hindi na niya ako kinokontak.
Non-responsive?
Oo, feeling ko medyo delix ngayon. Tsaka, I don't know, like for that last game, feeling ko, kasi malalakas talaga kami mga TZ. Ako si Chin TZ, si
Flap TZ, Game 1, Carl TZ,
Hajiz. Yan, malalakas talaga kami mga may easy sa, sa pangalan.
But jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, let's look back at what happened here in this series. Isang best of 5. And again, it looks like Bren wants to go on the speed track to the grand finals. Ito ang game 1, their draft. Ling ni Carl TZ, nagwawala. Only conceded 1 death. And of course, the MVP of that game, the Yuzhong on Flap TZ. Sa kabila naman, Onic, medyo maganda eh. They revealed their side lanes very early. Yun ang nanonood natin sa draft. The Barats and the Atams on Dilar and Iaknu. Pero pag-usapan natin yung very last pick, yung Rafaela. We were noting that it could have been a Kadita.
But yung problema kasi doon guys is di natin alam kung naglalaro na Kadita si Venus.
Yes.
Di pa niya nire-reveal. I don't know if it was a panic pick sa Raf. We all know na naglalaro siya ng Raf.
Oh yeah, since season 4.
So yeah, ito nga yung nasa keys to victory natin. Maybe exploit Venus's hero pool.
Choke it out.
And baka nangyari yun sa game 1. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, meron siyang Kadita sa ano niya sa hero pool niya. It's just that di ko alam kung baka last minute choice lang talaga. Rafaela lang.
Okay.
Pero I'm pretty sure na merong Kadita si Venus sa hero pool niya.
Something tells me this was a reactive choice and maybe they underestimated exactly how much Bren wants to push in. This is what I'm calling this lineup, yung push-forward lineup. Kasi tinan mo, dire-diretso sila. They don't want to pull back, right? You have the Dragon form on the Yuzhong. You have the Khalid with the Raging Sandstorm. Ribo just wants to keep dancing, forcing the Esmeralda into you. And again, we noted the teleport on Fuse Luoyi. Papasok, di ba? So, I guess, ang inisip dito ni Oh My Venus, we can all only really speculate what the Queen was thinking is, gusto ko makipagbakbakan. I also want to push forward and I'll do that with heals and speed boosts.
Actually, okay naman yung ginagawa nila, di ba? I think game 1 and 2, Onic was on a roll. Like, maganda yung early game nila.
Early game.
Yeah. But mid-game to late game, doon biglang bumabawi ulit yung Bren.
But that is because they always get outscaled. Katulad ng, so first game, Yisun Shin lang yung main DPS nila. They cannot kill a Yuzhong, an Esme, and a Ling that just jumps around and flies around with just a Yuzhong. Barats doesn't give you enough DPS. Si Tamus as well, they're like more of a semi-tank. Rafaela obviously not gonna give you any more damage.
The ult is a skill shot na may stun, pero yun nga, isa lang yun. So I guess they needed more from the Queen here and I think hinanap nila yon. Sabi nila, okay, Venus, mag-farsa ka na. Alright? And they put J on the Natalia. Let's talk about this Natalia. It has a 50% win rate today. I think so, yes. Hayes used it earlier to harass Benny Cutie. It's good. Dito medyo nabitin. What happened?
The way Onic uses Natalia kasi, si Jay lang kasi Natalia talaga sa kanila eh. And if they want Jay to get this Natalia, kailangan syempre may tankiness rin sila sa side lane. Which, yun nga, Baxia side lane. And then we end up having Khalid with a lot of sustain on the second skill heal. But the problem with this draft kasi sa Onic guys, is walang peel. Walang peel para kay Roger. Ang makita niya naman kanina, inultian ni Esmeralda si Roger. Mag-isa lang si Roger talaga. Walang magpipil sa kanya. How exactly do you peel a Roger with an Esmeralda chasing you and ulting you, Tamus jumping on you, Harith dashing around, and then you have the Kadita with the Petrify knockup combo and with the burst.
Yeah, it's so hard
super
to counter and to check what Bren is putting on the table. And let's note here, Carl Tizzy back-to-back with that Ling, impressive performance. On this Harith, all the more, not conceding a single death.
Yeah.
At ang maganda sa ginawa ng Bren dito, Coach Ducky, you crazy, crazy man, they drafted most the heroes that counter Harith.
Right.
You got the Esmeralda, you got the Kufra, and then you called it a day.
Yes, they actually denied pick the Kufra. Okay, it was on the second phase of the ban. And yung Onic, nag-ban sila ng Valir, which was kind of questionable for me kasi yes, na-pick na yung Farsa, but Farsa could have been a side lane, you know.
Like Toshi does.
Yes,
right?
nakita na natin si Farsa side lane. And then Madame Venus could have used like Valir to counter the Kufra and the Esmeralda.
To push
been
back.
Yes, that could have been an option. And Necklace of Durance as well.
I don't know. Chin, which was the more impressive Carl Tizzy play to you? The way he used the Ling or the way he used the Harith?
Para sa akin, maybe yung sa Ling. Only because here, Bren showed me something also na kung napansin mo yung endgame stats, tatlo yung silver ng Bren eh. But they still won and then walang death yung Harith.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, I think it was like a huge team effort compared to yung talagang mechanical prowess lang talaga ni Carl Tizzy on his assassins with the Ling. So, ayun. I think if we're just talking about Carl Tizzy, maybe it's still on his Ling.
You still like the Ling. Numbers will say Harith, but you like the Ling.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to quickly point out, the Kadita is actually a super good pick, last pick here for Bren. Because kung iisipin nyo guys, yung Khalid, pag nag-heal, he is a stationary target. And Kadita could just literally use second skill to cancel that heal and force Khalid to move para hindi na siya nag-heal. Same thing with Farsa. Pag nag-ulti si Farsa, guys, stationary target siya. Pag may second skill ka ni Kadita, it's forcing you to get not use your ulti and get out of there. So yeah, super well played from Coach Ducky.
Yeah. So now we kept saying after seeing the MPL Indonesia finals, lalabas at lalabas ng mga hero na to. And now we're seeing Kadita become a more normal part of Fuse Arsenal.
Right.
And of course, the Eudora for Venus, it showed up yesterday. Today it was respect banned for
it was
game
banned
number
earlier
1.
for second phase, yeah.
Yeah, and even second phase, I don't know what Onic has to do here.
I don't know too. Baka, like I said earlier, baka ipasok nila sa basic. Hopefully, this is like their last resort. Hail Mary. They need something. It
Show
seems
us
like
a 1-2-2 possibly.
Yes, their original plan did not work. They need something new to surprise Bren if they want to win.
Just in general, what you're saying here, Paolo, is playoffs mode Onic PH is not enough to face off against playoffs mode Bren. So they need something else. They need a shot in the arm. They need an injection of power. San manggagaling yon? We're throwing out all these possibilities, but in the end, manggagaling ito sa Onic PH. It's gonna come down to the shoulders of Coach Rio. He has to make the right decision here, and the players need to execute. Can they do that? Can they force a game number 4? We'll see. Bren sitting happy and comfortable at 2-0, and they are 1 game away from locking an Omega versus Bren Grand Finals. Kakapit pa kaya? Hashtag all for Onic. Your team needs your support right now. Hashtag Bren lang malakas. Uuwi ba tayo ng maaga? We're about to find out. Let's get into game number 3.
Maraming salamat, Leo, Shin Valdez, and Paolo Expert. And yes, kailangan na ng Onic dito ng ano ba pwede nating itawag? Miracle factor?
Miracle plays, kaya nga sabi ni Kuya
Ni
Paolo.
Kuya Paolo
Oo, pero the question is Onic PH willing to place basic on the draft or rather on their lineup right now? Pero the best question is, gusto mo na bang umuwi?
Parang gusto ko pa magstay.
Ako din eh. Kumbaga,
parang
sabi ko kahapon, this is a minimum of 8 games. Kasi regardless kung sino manalo, 3-1.
Parang sinulat mo sa schedule mo na
kahit si si
12 ako
Kuya.
uuwi.
Oo, saka si Kuya, shoutout kay Kuya, yung naghahatid sa atin. Alam niya,
si Kuya Bimbo.
Kuya Bimbo, sabi namin kahapon, mga 11 ka na kasi alam namin medyo tatag. Kaso ano pa lang eh. Well, pwede kasi kung
Oo.
matagal yung laban.
Oo.
Pero hindi pa ako handa.
Isang mabilis na kwento lang, no?
Oo.
Parang yung driver natin, syempre guys, hindi kami big time ha.
Oo
Kasi
naman.
COVID kasi nag-ano lang kami, no? Parang yung driver natin, nung day 1, pumunta siya ng 9.
Oo. Tapos
Tapos
kami,
naghintay siya 3 oras.
lampas.
Lampas.
Kasi alauna nagkakaspa ka tayo eh.
Oo, tapos sinabi mo sa kanya kahapon na, Kuya Beams,
Oo.
kahit pumunta ka na ng mga 11.
Oo,
kasi
kasi
yung game ngayon, feeling namin, aabot ng 10 games.
10 games, oo.
kaso
Minimum
parang-
of 8. Pero,
Parang 7 lang eh.
oo nga eh.
Parang,
Medyo...
parang 10 beats talaga, Rob.
Pero ako, pupuso ako. Wala pa ako nakikita ang drop ng Onic. Pupuso ako sa Onic. I really want
Ngayon.
them to bounce back. Kasi from a 3-0 yesterday, then a sudden split ngayon dito sa laban nila sa Bren.
Oo, kaso
Pero,
eto, wala naman kaming bias dito, guys. Ha? Siyempre, si Rob gusto niya lang makakita.
ay,
ng
ako
talagang-
for all the games ako. Regardless,
Oo.
kahit sinong, wala naman ako bala ko dyan eh.
Oo, oo naman.
Di ba?
Oo. Pero kasi, alam mo, Rob,
Oo.
knowing Bren Esports, ito yung team na hindi talaga nagbibigay ng easy basket eh.
Oo nga.
Wala talaga. Parang, lagay mo sa showmatch yan, bubugbugin nila kung sino yung kalaban.
Pero-
kasi talagang game kung game.
Totoo.
Ang gusto ng Bren.
Speaking of game kung game, it's also one, respect din kasi yun.
Oo.
That's one form of respect pagka binubugbog mo yung kalaban. Kasi that only means, siguro pwede sa iba na parang masyadong sinobrahan naman, ML na ML, pero pagkadating kasi sa pro scene, that yung pag dinurog mo yung kalaban, that's a sign of respect.
Oo.
Kasi binibigay mo yung lahat.
Yeah.
Diba?
Talagang no holds barred.
Mhm.
'Di ba? Tama 'yan, tama 'yan. So I think kailangan na nating tignan ang draft.
May part
ng
sa akin
dalawang
na
teams.
hindi magbabago yung set of banning for at least the 3 or the 6 heroes dito.
Sa una.
Oo.
Sa una.
Onic might want to think if they want to give the Ling, pero kanina kasi ganun yung nangyari.
Inubos nila yung
Piniperspect
Oo,
nila
eh.
yung Ling eh.
Kanina yung Onic inubos yung mga assassins, pero it doesn't matter kasi Carl kaya niyang laruin assassin, kaya niyang laruin mage.
Isipin mo yung Harit, sobrang heavily countered na yon. Pero with the right team, yung teammate niya, sabihin na natin na pwedeng ma-pick up doon si Carl, pero gwardyado siya eh.
Yung
Alam
tamang
niya kung
timpla eh.
nasaan lagi yung Natalia dahil nandun si Boards or rather si Lusty.
Oo.
Kumbaga bantay sarado dito, yung sabi
Yeah.
mo ngang batang makulit.
Ganito yung formula kasi ng Bren eh. Parang sila yung yung saktong tapang na kape na tinimpla mo. Kasi si Carl, talaga yan eh, matapang talaga eh. Ngayon, nung dinagdag nila yung isa pang super rookie child wonder sa lineup nila, parang naging sakto yung formula.
Oo eh. There's a big part of me na na the Ling, I guess they should have opened the Ling.
The Ling.
Kasi,
rather than the Uranus.
oo eh. Kasi kanina, part to ng ban ng Bren. So, nung nakita ni Coach Duckin, ito pala binaban nyo. You're canceling heroes from Carl TC. Then might as well, sige, ban nyo. Kunin natin ngayon yung Uranus. And Uranus will definitely dominant kahit kanino mo pa ibigay yan. Kay Ribo, kay Flap TC, regardless who uses the Uranus, would definitely outshine kung sino man kaharap niya.
Totoo. Parang, Uranus is a Uranus eh. Kahit yung pinsan mong makulit, pag gumamit ng Uranus, pwede mag-godlike eh.
Totoo. Isa nga, pagka-open nga, lalo na kung solo queue ka, yan yung isa sa mga hero na parang ang taas ng win rate kahit solo kang maglaro eh.
Oo,
Kasi
totoo.
it's the mechanic of the hero is, to be honest, it's easy.
Kahit yung tito ko, favorite yan, godlike eh.
Totoo
Ikaw,
yun. Totoo yun.
Sa sobrang lupit ng hero na yan.
Oo. Wait, shoutouts kay GGZ kasi
Favorite ni
paborito ni
GGZ
GGZ yan. Oo. Nananalo lang kami pagkakampi ko si GG pag gaya ng hero niya.
Oo. Syempre, shield ka lang kasi.
Shield.
Dash out ka lang eh.
Totoo. Tapos ulti, regen ka na uli, di ba? But anyway, look at Onic PH dito. Mukhang ginawa na nila. I mean, kanina medyo pina-prioritize pa nila yung mga nagiging hero ni Wise. Ngayon, they're prioritizing on their strongest point. Their side lane, Tamus, Esmeralda.
Eto na.
Para kay Dilar at Iyaknu.
Ito yung pinoin out mo kanina, Rob Luna, na I think sinabi mo na kailangan na nilang ilabas ang mga aggressive heroes ni Dilar. And I think isa dyan ay ang Thams.
Thams, yes.
Para sa kanya dito. And for sure, pwedeng si Iyaknu ang gumamit ng Esmeralda. So, kanina yung nawala ang mga side lanes, nakikita na natin ngayon. But then again, Rob, Farsa Few naman. ang makikita natin na lalaruin ng idol ng mga kids?
Yes. I was thinking dito if Onic PH would still go for...
Oh! The Queen.
That's a good
Locking
pickup.
in the Eudora.
Pero, is it the right order or in-expect din nila? Kasi nakita natin na nag-ban kanina no? Ng Eudora ang Bren So,
tamang right or tama to.
Tama,
Kasi ibaban yan eh.
So ngayon, Bren Esports are just eyeing for heroes dito ni Wise. Pwede na nilang cancelin dito yung YSS. Even Roger wala na rin naman. So anong mga hero dito ni Wise? Medyo nawala na to be honest, yung mga hero dito ni Wise na from MPL Season 6. Pero meron pa rin siyang mga dominant na mga heroes na ginamit on the previous season. Siyempre, isa rin si Wise na magaling gumamit ng Harit. Magaling din siyang gumamit ng carry pero hindi masyado nating nakikita dito sa meta.
Yes.
So,
yes, I
really
agree.
want to see.
Pero this time ang gagamitin niya kung ibaba ng YSS. Kasi mukhang yun na yung next ban. Yun na nga.
Yun na yun eh. I mean,
Wala
this is a ban targeting Wise na para sa Bren.
Ito yung mga magaganda sa mga ganitong games na talagang target ban kung target ban. Parang nakita na ban na tong Lancelot, tong Ling. Wala nang choice yan.
Totoo. And this only shows us that kung gaano kaaral ang bawat isang team doon sa kalaban nila. Kasi they know what to ban. Ang dami kasing option eh. Pero if you know the hero pool ng certain player, you know how to play around it.
Let us think for a moment, Rob. Wala ang Hayabusa. Perma-ban siya ngayon sa playoff. So ano mga natitira na assassins? Hellcurt? Nandyan pa?
It is, pero hindi yun specialty ni Wise eh. That's mostly a hell.
Mas
pwede
Cartesian
siguro.
yun eh. Mas Cartesian yan.
Pero sa
siguro,
Onic, Iyakno eh. This might be an Esmeralda Wise.
Pwede ngang Esmeralda Wise eh. Oo eh.
Actually, the Barretts was left into the pool kanina. So yeah, I guess Harit really works. So ngayon, will Onic PH be forced to use?
I think dapat ang bina ng Onic ay Hellcurt. I think yung Barretts ban ay sobra-sobra na sa tingin ko. Kaso kasi parang feeling nila itong Khalid ay side lane pa, ay tank.
May kakaiba dito sa draft ng dalawang team na to, Manjin. Parang this is one of the teams na hindi nagpa-prioritize ng Cho. Unlike other teams.
Unlike other teams. So baka makita tayo ng Cho Bren ngayon?
Cho tank is viable to be honest.
J-Cho maybe?
Pero Hellcurt, it is.
Anong sinasabi nyo, Kuya? Anong sinasabi mo, Kuya Manjin, Kuya Rob?
Hindi ako nag-Hellcurt.
Anong sinasabi nyo, hindi ako ni-Hellcurt? Ano ba yun? Baka naman, baka Kuya Wise yan. Nako, Claude. Ito na nga yung sinasabi natin. Yung Claude, mas Cartesi.
Yappy. Pero that was interesting. The 37.5% win rate.
Mas mababa yung Hellcurt win rate.
Basha.
What is
this
the
is
last
hard,
pick?
This is, well,
Joe?
That was ballsy, to be honest.
Joe Kaja.
This is a retribution Claude, right?
Retry yan.
So this only means na wala siyang purify. So if
patay sa Eudora
Venus,
yan,
pwede siyang i-burst. And basically, Bren Esports knows that.
Kaso kasi, hindi mo matatarget agad yung Claude pag full stacks. Hindi may part na yung electric arrow, hindi mo matatarget ng mabilis. Pero kasi si Wise,
saka ano yun
si
di ba?
yan,
Projectile din siya eh. So parang there's a time pa na parang magta-travel papunta dun sa hero before the stun actually happens.
Okay, Kupra yung pan-lockdown nila. Pero again, pag nahuli nung electric arrow combo, tapos nung Thunder Rat, yatap yan. Like, kahit ano mangyari.
Yes.
Lalo na pag late game, like,
lalo na pag
sabog talaga yung mukha niyan.
Initiator is gonna be Wise. Or rather, the Hellcurt. Wow.
Interesting. I like the lineup of Onic dito, Rob. Mukhang
nagkaubusan
sa Bren.
I just want to see more games. Kaya kahit ano pa yan, I would like to see how Onic PH bounce back. Pero Bren, wala na akong masabi.
Tatapusin na eh.
Parang yun na nga ang gusto nila dito.
Parang tatapusin na ata eh.
Kayo, sa mga nanonood ngayon, gusto nyo na bang matulog ng maaga or gusto nyo pang makakita ng mas maraming laban dito sa dalawang teams na to? I mean, ito yung mga sulit kasi na pagpuyatan.
Ito talaga. Kaya nga, welcome to the Late Night Show with Manjin and Rob. Last Game na ba to?
Yun ang
O
tanong.
aabot ba tayo ng... Check ko lang yung Realme Watch ko, ah.
Oh, wow.
Oo. Abot ba tayo ng 2-day event?
Yun ang tanong. But this is still,
Naisingit
to be honest, this is too early para sa mga viewers natin dito sa Mobile Legends.
Maaga pa to.
Parang, kumbaga, sinabihan natin, mag-ready na kayo ng mga popcorn nyo. Midnights na, kumbaga, nagiinit pa lang sila ng
Maaga
French,
pa to,
ay
eh.
nagpiprito ng French fries, ng popcorn nila. Sabay, patapos na.
Ano ba yan? Kuya Manjin and Rob naman.
Oo naman.
Ano ba yan? Kakadating ko lang ng bahay, oh.
Oo, eh.
Oo, eh. Kakadating ko lang ng bahay, kakabukas ko pa lang ng Mobile Legends Online PH sa Facebook.
Ay, pwede
Ano
naman.
ba yun? Kakakabit ko pa lang ng HDMI, sinaksak ko sa Smart TV, eh.
Tapos, last game na agad.
Last game na agad, eh.
Wag ganun.
Pero tignan natin, kasi alam mo naman ng Bren, talagang ano sila, eh. Isa sila sa team na, again, uulitin natin, wala na. Ba't mo pa natin i-extend?
Oo.
Wala nang extend, Rick.
Oo.
Never ko nakita ang Bren na kapag lamang sila ng isang series, hindi sila mag-experiment game. Alam mo, pag-experiment game eh, yung tipong na-practice nyo pero gusto nyo i-try.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Hindi sila ganun eh. Parang talagang, yun na yun eh, game kung game.
Hindi na, kumbaga, hindi sila nagbibigay. Respeto nga. Speaking of respeto, Ribo
Okay.
dito ang unang nawala.
Okay. Iyakno with the outplay. This time, si Dlar ang gagamit ng Esmeralda against Pew and against Flaptizi dito sa top lane. Kahit ano mangyari, talaga ang hirap kalaban ng isang Khalid level 1.
Oo.
You don't go one-on-one with a Khalid level 1. By the way,
Sa October 27 hanggang November 13, meron, you have to participate in the Trickster event.
Yun.
And magkakaroon kayong to get a Halloween candies for treasure spin. Each spin will cost 4 Halloween candies and you get up to 7 each day for completing the task. Na makakakuha kayo ng Terisla Special Skin Hammer Giant guaranteed sa 10 spin at you don't want to miss this one out. Pero may konti tayo na miss doon sa mga laban. Pero I think Onic PH, sila ang nagsiset ng tempo. Lamang sila ng 1,000.
Grabe. Galit na ba? Si Iyakno dito. Here comes Venus. Electric Arrow coming in with the first kill.
Galit na si Volta,
Parang
Kuya
galit
Manjin.
na si Volta. Parang, alam mo naman, ang kuryente, lalong sumasakit habang tumatagal, Rob.
Totoo yan. Totoo yan. Buti na lang hindi kadita dito si Few. Kasi,
Ay, nako,
di ba, yung
tubig
tubig
yun.
sa
Oo.
tubig, mas magaan yung electric current eh.
Naisusulat.
Naisusulat yan sa siyensya.
Oo.
Oo. Pero dito sa gitna, matapang ni Venus to na. This is the Eudora we've seen yesterday. Yung nag-flicker in.
Ay, nako po. Fork lightning to the face. Ang maganda kasi sa Eudora, ang taas ng kanyang wave clear capability. Because of the fork lightning, the first skill. Na pag nilagyan niya pa ng second skill, may passive yung super electroconductor. Yun yung nagpaganda sa kanya ngayon eh.
Totoo.
Ang dami mo ng damage output, hindi kagaya dati na medyo bilang lang.
Dahil yan sa Project Next.
Iyon naman.
Pero ang susunod dito, next in line, Carl TZ with a Blazing Duet.
Nobos niya lang.
Oo eh, parang it's meant naman eh. It's
Pang-farm
meant,
talaga yan.
Pang-farm siya talaga.
Meanwhile, Jay with a setup, another Thunder's Wrath from Oh My Venus. But then again, that is
Unat
back
ng gulong.
siya na makunat talaga.
Ang unat ng gulong. Paglabas ng revitalize, wala na halos naging damage. Naku, na-cancel pa yata.
Na-cancel pa. Alam mo naman ang goma, Rob.
Oo.
Eh, hindi tinatamaan ng ano yun eh.
Ng alin?
Ng electricity.
Ay, talaga
Ng
ba?
goma.
Rubber pala. Ganun pala pag rubber, ano?
Oo. Hindi ako sure. Tinignan ko lang kung alam mo.
Oo, hindi ko. Doon mo lang ako nasukat na hindi ko rin alam.
Ayun,
Pero ang alam ko, ang nakakuha ng turtle, si Wise.
Ay, nako.
Ay.
This
is a good start, ha? Medyo sabi dito ng Onic. Kuya Manjin, Kuya Rob, di pa namin kayo patutol. Pauuwiin.
Easy lang kayo, Kuya Rob, Kuya Manjin, ha? Sabi ng Onic. Alam namin, yung driver nyo, sinabihan nyo, alas 11 pupunta eh.
Oo.
Oo eh. Pero yung Bren kasi dito, Rob, parang feeling ko,
Parang,
same plan eh. Alam mo yung plan?
Parang ano lang, chilaksan lang
Oo
natin.
chilaksan
Carl
lang
TZ got this.
Oo eh. Kasi alam mo ang Bren, ito yung team na ano talaga eh. Yung kanina, since game number 1, alam nila na late game scaling lang ang kailangan.
Oo.
To the point na up to the end, laban lang talaga. Oo.
Kita natin yun.
Naku, laban lang, Bren.
Naku, yung patay yung bola.
Patay yung bola. Naku, babes. At lumabas pa dito yung Blazing Duet. Nag-pump fake. Si Dlar, sabay go Onic para kay Plaptizi. Meanwhile, Deadly Poison Stinger para sa side ng Onic PH. So Bren, slowly but surely, lumalaban pa rin.
Oo, ganda na rin dito. Even Iyakno already has the Deadly Blade dito. Medyo nasobrahan lang doon. I think the placing duet, hindi na siya ganon sa kailangan doon ni Carl TC. Parang it's na-waste lang yung isang blazing duet. But anyway, Onic PH, of course, is the one commanding and having the tempo dito sa third or rather, our third game mukhang they're really determined dito to force a game number 4. Pero ito kasi nakakatakot eh. Oh My Venus is getting the kills, definitely is getting the items. So ang sinabi natin dito, Carl TC will be the hyper carry for the side of Bren Esports.
Correct.
Pero pag nagka-item dito si Oh My Venus, just Clock of Destiny, just Lightning Transition, isang combo ng isang Eudora, kaya niyang bumura ng isang Claude.
Ang tawag dyan, one-hit combo.
Oo.
Bro, one hit na nga lang, combo pa.
Oo.
Paano nangyari yun? Pero kasi, ang hirap din eh. Kasi si Carl TZ, isa siya sa mga players na alam niya na kailangan niya maghintay ng mga certain skills bago siya pumasok ng Blazing Duet. So talagang hintayan portion ang mangyayari dito sa laban natin.
Kaso ang mahirap dito para sa side ng Bren Esports, they don't have this crowd control on their certain heroes. Nandito, yes, makunat ang Uranus, makunat dito ang Basha, but they don't have a crowd control.
Oo nga.
How would you even catch dito yung Hellcurt ni Wise?
Ang meron lang sila dito is yung energy impact.
Yes, or kung tumama ang Raging Sandstorm.
Oo nga, na madaling maiwasan.
Yes, totoo yan. Pero Dilar, mukhang makakaiwas nga.
Sinubukan iligtas ni Jay yung tower doon. But still, Bren Esports will get it. Meanwhile, yung one-on-one matchup, Iyakno and Rebo. Iyakno, lamang siya sa baba. Meanwhile, Rebo nabuo na rin yung enchanted talisman niya.
It's like, yes, makunat yung Uranus eh. Pero if you're going against Atamus with already, medyo na nagkaroon pa ng konting space, like nakabuo agad ng Deadly Blade, regardless you have the regeneration, hindi pa rin makakapalag ang Uranus over Atams.
Hindi talaga. Parang, ang hirap, Rob. Alam din kasi ni Iyakno yung Uranus. Ganun talaga no? Pag alam mo yung kalaban, hintay mo lang yung skill. Parang ganyan, Doc Rebo. Kanina ka pa daw, sabi nila, pero Doc Rebo, sumisigsag.
Sumisigsag, mid. Pero dito, si Lusty, habol niya dito yung Reyna.
Okay, Reyna, tumatakbo. Sabi ni Plaptizi, bumalik ka dito!
Ayun
Plaptizi with the flicker in. Plus the Raging Sandstorm, flickerist. Meanwhile, si Jay dito, itutuloy ang laban. Dlar will also fall down sa kamay ni Carl TZ.
Yung Torres sa baba.
Wise, sa baba. Nangyari na to nung nakaraan. Tignan natin kung kaya pa kaya. Wise, one-on-one with Lusty. Revitalize para kay Wise. At mukhang ayaw nila ipaback itong Hellcurt na ito. Go Onic! Nang asar pa nga ang Bren. At yun na nga. Wise will fall. Hindi siya nakapag-outplay. 3 ang nawala.
I don't like the gamble coming from Onic PH. Yes, there's a possibility na makuha niyo yung base turret doon sa baba. Pero at what cost? Lamang sila doon sa laro eh. 'Di ba? Parang hinayaan nila na magkawatak-watak. I mean, nawala yung formation nila, nawala yung 2 torre nila sa gitna. Just for the fact na baka mabasag nila yung base turret ng Bren Esports at hindi niya nagawa.
At dahil doon, lumapit yung score. 400 na lang ang kalamangan ng Bren Esports. Sorry, ang kalamangan ng Onic PH.
Pero
dahil lang sa play na yon, Rob Luna.
Parang pinalit mo yun eh. Your mid turret is now they're definitely open from Bren Esports.
Yun na nga. At buhay na buhay pa yung mid ng Bren. Bren Esports once again with a blazing duet. And this is looking like trouble para sa side ng Onic. Carl TZ, mahuli siya dito. Nice! Raging Sandstorm for the first time in forever na matay si Carl TZ dito. Ayun na nga yung Thunder Strat. Habang si Jay Polado na din. The Poisons, yung poison damage. View, inatake ba dito yung purple? Marireset lang. Habang yung totoong laban ay nandoon sa taas. Flar will also fall down. Habang si Oh My Venus, the Queen, sinusubukan niya lahat. Pero still, Bren will take that victory.
Yes, definitely a victory. Pero dito ang Gillette, instant replay. Kita nyo dito, ang ganda ng pasok ni Jay na wala agad dun si Carl TC. Pero the sustainability na nakalapag pa doon yung revitalized ng Basha, hindi kayang i-penetrate. Pagkatapos ng burst damage ni Oh My Venus, there's nothing else to damage. Hindi rin kayang i-sustain ni Delar.
Ang hirap. Bren Esports, sobrang nostalgic ni Toro Blue na kung ikaw ay fan nung Season 1, Season 2, iba pa ang pangalan nila nun. Shoutouts pala syempre kay tropa nating Doggy on Aether Main with Rebo. Lahat ng games na nangyayari, nalalaro ng Bren nung Season 2 ay laging ganito ang itsura, Rob.
Yes,
Laging ganito ka-dominant. 10 minutes in, paano ngayon makakambak ang Onic?
One thing na gawa nila kanina is yung ma-pick up si Carl. This is still a retribution, Claude. Katulad doon ang sakto, yung talo ni Jay with the ultimate and yung layering nila ni Delar, okay naman, patay agad. Pero siguro right after that, they need to reset. Or at least, if they want to commit into a team fight, at least make it 5. Or sila yung mag-initiate with using Wise. Ang nangyayari kasi, Onic PH, they're getting the battle. Pero si Wise, nakahiwalay. He was just going for side lane pushes or rather baka nagpa-farm. So I guess, kailangan na nilang i-utilize dito yung Hellcard as an offensive tool.
Kailangan na nila magsama-sama, no? Kailangan na nila... Uy, buhay pa ata si Lar, pero hindi. The Ionic Blades will also finish him off. Rebo, ladies and gentlemen,
ang liit na.
We'll take it. Napakaliit na ng chance. Looking at the items right now. Oh my, golden staff on Carl TZ. At ang sakit na rin ni Flap TZ talaga.
Masakit na.
Parang, Rob,
the early lead of Onic PH, wala na. Wala na at this point. Carl TC getting at least 2 items, pa-build na rin siya ng defensive niya. Alam niya rin naman na regardless what yung ma-build niya, kung hindi siya mag-build ng kunat, mamamatay siya agad. I think he's going for that Athena shield right now.
Ito na ba ang pagbabalik?
Is it Carl TC?
Ng Bren Esports sa finals. At makakapaghiganti na ba si Carl TZ?
Yes.
Sa Onic PH na lagi siyang pinapatumba, lagi siyang nilalaglag sa MPL.
Wow.
And now,
this form of Bren Esports, nakakatakot going into the grand finals. 3-0 both matches on the playoffs kung manalo sila dito.
Wow. The end is near, and so I face the final curtain. Ang Bren, malapit na. Makakalaban ba nila ang Omega? Naghihintay na lang si Hayes kay Doc Rebo.
Yun ang malaking tanong, mga kaibigan. Will Doc Rebo face against his former teammate?
Napaka-poetic nun no?
Oo, grabe ka doon, Kuya Manjin.
Ang ganda nun, 99 yung score natin doon. Parang ang sarap
ding.
Parang video okay na to mamaya, Rob.
Oo, kasi ayaw pa nating umuwi Pero ito.
Eto na nga. Jay, Will, Paul, napakabilis. Hindi na natin nakita yun.
Oo, ang bilis niya dong nabura at Go Onic pa ang sagot dito ng Bren Esports.
Grabe. Bren Esports. Malapit na nilang matikman ang championship grand final slot. Eto na, blazing duet para kay Carl TZ. Tutumpa na ba ang Onic PH? Lumalaban pa rin ngayon. Iyak mo sinusubukan. Wise, pulado na rin. At mukhang ubos. Tapos ang MLBB. Bren, maganda kayo, Omega. Dahil sila ang inyong makakalaban. It is a 3-0 Bren victory!
Oh, wow! Another flawless, another 3-0. Nagbibigayan ng itlog dito na manggagaling sa Bren Esports. Oh, look at how happy. Look at Flap TZ.
Flap TZ with a classic Bren swag, flexing everything.
Leeg. Nagets ko na kung ba't yung ginagawa yun.
Nileleegan.
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 Oo, wow.
Oh my.
This team
is just so dominant right now. How can Omega handle this? So now it's settled for the grand finals. Rob, Omega versus Bren Esports. Last time na nag-meet itong dalawa sa MPL, parehas 2-0 ang nakuha nila.
Oo, pero there is a slight history na 2-0 ng Omega ang Bren.
Yun nga.
That is on Project Next.
Tabla.
Pero,
Tabla.
ang ganda eh. Ang ganda ng, yung Bren
Oo.
dalawang 3-0 from the round 1 and round 2. Though kanina, ang ganda rin ng performance naman ng Omega.
Omega.
3